and let's do ourselves a little recap. So last time on Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden, we actually found ourselves basically, or the party found themselves basically coming in with no memory of how the night actually truly ended. You remember the fight, and getting your asses handed to you, of course, but you awoke with just kind of this general sense of okay, things ended, and then now we're waking. Weird. It actually was the Mace who woke first, and found he was unable to move. Sleep paralysis. Not that he would have recognized it, considering how he is. Um, Chance walked over to him, flopped over his head, and basically said, "Message from God incoming." And he had to deal with a little bit of that before he could wake up. When he finally did so, he found the rest of the party awakening with him. All of them except for Mallow, who Mace, courageously approached, touched the mask a little frightfully, and found, all right, no real issue. And eventually, once it was removed from Mallow's face, he awakened with a bit more of a reaction to the time spent in unconsciousnness, we'll say. Oblivion, maybe. This kind of shocked the group a little bit, made Kara get kind of on her toes a little, hairs on the back of her neck raised as she was asking for his password, but he claimed 10 years had passed since he had last even really thought about any of you, so she kind of took it in stride, helped him mentally recover a little, and eventually the group managed to get back on their feet and head on their way. Once you did so, you kind of headed down to the bar, tried to start planning for your day. It was sort of ultimately decided that Kara and Mallow would head out to the blacksmith to pick up the weapons that you had set out, or at that point I think you were actually putting the order in, I should say. Putting the orders for your weapons and changes and things. And then, actually no, I'm sorry, I'm taking a step wrong here. You went down into the bar where you found actually that the bartender was kind of acting a little weird. That was the first thing you did. You noticed that, you guys kind of interacted with it, basically threatened the man silly, and he was like, okay, I guess I won't be nice. But it did make you realize that the things that had happened the night before were not just you, it was kind of a localized effect, but not just the party. And with that, you actually went outside, at which point you planned to separate into Mallow and Kara going to the blacksmith, because there was a commotion going on where you guys heard about some sort of weird cart and a rock or something. So Mace and Leif said, all right, we're going to check that out. You guys go get the grocery shopping done or whatever. And they approached this cart. What they found was actually Gemini and Marno and their little Mysterium shop again, after which they were kind of invited in, being the kind of heralded guests, apparently, according to Gemini. And inside they found a rock. And at first, they walked up, and they decided to poke the rock, and I believe Mace even said, "Hey, you in there?" And of course, as he
Old
poked
man.
its surface, old man, you're right. As he poked its surface, it was not actually a hard, rocky surface, but a squishy, mushroomy surface, as your old pal Pluzak popped his arms and legs up and said, "Hey, how's it going, guys? We got issues." And Mace was like, "Yeah, man, you don't know the half of it." Thankfully, you guys, after a quick, reconvene and some chatting with, Gemini and Marno, and I think did you learn then? I can't quite remember from Pluzak why he was there, or did you wait for when you reconvened with?
We waited.
Okay, so with that, you guys decided to go catch up with Kara and Mallow. Um, so we went over to them, and they were in the blacksmith, and Kara got some magic arrows for herself, and Mallow commissioned his staff to be broken down into nunchucks, and he commissioned the blade that he had found or gotten out of the fire in the Goliath Reslin village into a sickle and a little chain hanging off with a weight on the end for his new sickle and chain. With that, you guys left, with the party having told you, okay, well, guess what? We found those weird merchants and Pluzak. Pluzak said, yeah, and I found issues. And Kara and Mallow were like, okay, well, we're going to go to the Alchemist. Actually, they might have actually met you there, but to be fair, you guys were at the Alchemist when the ultimate discussion happened, that Pluzak and Pluzak was there specifically because he had heard, or had the East Haven town in general was being influxed by rumors of the hex, specifically a hex of asphyxiation. Um, so he quickly kind of tried to catch up with the party to warn you guys, and felt like it was safer with you for now. Um, so with that, you all kind of shocked the alchemist, who basically received an ingredient for a potion, agreed to translate Mallow's new little alchemy journal, and she was like, "Man, this stuff seems way over my pay grade, so I'm just gonna stop paying attention." And then finally, once your conversation was done, she's like, "Cool, can you get out of my store now?" And so you did, and you headed your way back up to Marino and Gemini, where you finally started to trade in some of your unneeded items, and meanwhile learned a little bit more about some of your companions. Specifically, the Leif's greatsword, you all came to find could actually float around in the store and talk aloud to all of you. She seemed to also have some capacity, or knowledge, I should say, about these two weird characters, Gemini and Marino, even going to the extent of speaking the language celestial with Marino, something only Kara was quickly able to kind of pick up on, considering it is one of her home languages, you could say. And you also learned that Chance could kind of talk out loud in this environment. So you all kind of got to familiarize yourselves with some of the, let's say, quieter members of the group. Um, you kind of, like I said, rearmed, learned more about yourselves and some things that were going on, and then ultimately set out upon your way, deciding, rest the night, get your weapons and alchemy equipment in the morning, which ultimately did result in both those weapons I mentioned, a potion of cold resistance, I believe, and at least three, I believe it was, alchemy recipes translated for Mallow. It was, I think, um, potion of stability, potion of healing, and greater healing, if I remember correctly. So, with that, you guys said, "Okay, bye, Brinchander. Got what we needed. Going on our way." And I believe you did take the dog sleds with you, at least up to Lonelywood, since you said, we know people up there. They'll be able to take care of them. Where you quickly kind of searched through Mace's father's old workshop. It was in tatters, mostly, I mean, livable space still, technically out of the cold, but with no real good furniture left. Most of the notes just sitting and rotting, and items just kind of left to time. But Mace did manage to find a couple of notebooks that he was able to read through, learn some more about both himself and Chance, and kind of his father's goals, and how, at first, very lofty, they kind of ended up more grounded in reality, but still very much were the man that he knew to a degree. And you guys ultimately decided, okay, so we're here, we're in Lonelywood, pretty much ready to go about our journey to Angajuk, stay the night, and leave in the morning, as far as I'm aware. Uh, the last thing, though, was Pluzak did mention that he wanted to go to stay at the town headsman's house, which you guys knew was kind of the only quote-unquote hotel in the area, or inn. Kara said, okay, no one goes alone, and followed after him, and basically was led to realizing that Pluzak was kind of gathering some valid information when they had been passing through these towns, by asking if anyone had heard any rumors about the Hex. Thankfully, they had not really reached this far out, and you guys had kind of learned from the towns along the way that they were starting to spread, but nothing too concrete yet. And it, kind of at least left you assured that for now, Lonelywood seemed pretty safe. So you managed to rest the night, between these two locations, the old workshop and the headsman's house. And that is exactly where we will ultimately find ourselves coming back in the next morning, with Kara and Pluzak in that attic, and the rest of the party over in the workshop, which is just, a little ways outside the town, nothing too far, but definitely is, you're not together right now, technically. So, anyone want to say or mention anything I forgot, or we can just get right into it?
I'm good to go.
Yeah,
I think that's right.
think that's about right.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, so I'm going to say that, being kind of the people that you are, Kara, you would probably be the first to awaken out of your pair, and Mace, you would probably be the first to quote unquote awaken out of your pair, or crew, I should say, considering there's three of you there. So I guess just the two of you first can just kind of, how would either of you proceed? We'll go, Kara. I think you're technically higher dex, so start with you.
Well, if I remember correctly, Bizek and I are inside that attic.
Yep.
Bluzak, dead naming.
Oh
Yeah, I
man.
know. It's been a while. Um, what would I do?
Not a face mom.
I am part mushroom now. Okay, I've absorbed him within me.
I guess I would go down a level and see if the people hosting us need help making breakfast.
Yeah, you'd go down and you'd find that she's already pretty busy. Her family has food on on the table. They're eating already. But it does look like there's some extra being prepared for you, and probably another plate too, judging by the amount. Nothing is quite done, but it looks like going to be plated pretty soon. And she does kind of notice you out of the corner of an eye eventually. And, if you don't mind, can you go get the one who's upstairs still? That's gonna. I got food for both of you. I don't want it to go cold.
Of course. And Kara would go back up and see if she could rouse Pluzak.
Yeah. All right. So Pluzak.
You're going to do what to Bluzak?
Uh-oh. So Pluzak,
Rouse.
you'd probably feel a hand on some part of you.
Okay.
I don't know if Kara's gonna be careful. That's up to her.
I know
Yeah,
where
you
his
might
head is.
touch. You might touch some poop. My head's in the shell.
I know. I'd knock right above where your head is.
You touch poop.
Alright.
He wears it like cologne right around the neck.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Literally any spot you would have touched, I would have said you touched poop.
Nice.
But yeah,
This is
I'll
me
pop out
stopping.
of my shell.
Breakfast is served.
Okay. Gonna, stretch it out and, I
Unless
guess
he
head
wakes
downstairs.
up, I would head back down.
So, once you do, the table has like two new servings of food. It looks to be just some sort of like a porridge, probably pretty basic, um, and like a fish, but it's a single fish that's been cut down, like dead center,
Segmented.
bisected perfectly, and each of you has been given kind of half, and you can tell she kind of is glancing cautiously towards the halves, like worried over the fact that she's clearly split and shared a fish between the two of you, but. I mean, you've been in Lonelywood before. They're not very well off here. Let alone, like the fishing is not good. So she's already trying to do as much as she can by giving you fish, right? So
I mean, I would offer to split it further and ask if they want pieces as well.
her family has already mostly eaten. You would notice there's like clean plates, and they do still have like fish of their own and everything. It seems
Okay.
more like she just kind of split a meal between the two of you, and Pluzak, to a degree, is a better way to put it. Just to try and cut cost a little. So she really only gave you guys one serving between the two of you, but at least it's something.
Kara's not offended.
I would let her know it's amazing.
Yeah,
And then
she would thank you profusely.
and I would ask if she knows anything about Arl's Island.
You mean just the rumors and things? You're not supposed to go out there. Yeah, it's basically you freeze to death if you don't just crash on the way in.
Has anyone from Lonelywood been there and come back?
Kind of not near, not in my lifetime. No, it's I mean, it's not the only people who even sail out that way are they're like the ships who come to supply the prisons up north.
Okay. Thank you.
Nope, no
Yes,
problem at all.
thank you.
I'm sorry I couldn't help more. It's just we don't really know much out here besides living.
Nothing wrong with that.
When I go to like, I when I finish my meal, is she taking my plate or am I like bringing my plate up? Because I would bring my plate up.
You can tell she's kind of waiting to take the plates, but in the act of grabbing your plate and standing with it and like going to walk it up to her or the sink or whatever, she's definitely grateful. It's not like she's gonna grab it before you or anything.
Okay. So I can then hand it to her when I get up, and when I go back to the table, I'm gonna slip a gold piece underneath whatever like napkin or cloth or whatever I was using to clean myself.
Are you leaving that at the table? Or are you giving that to her
Yes,
too? Okay,
leaving it at the
beautiful.
table.
Yeah.
I mean, you beat me to it. I was gonna do something similar.
You can still do so. I mean,
Kara would
you
have
would.
made like an elaborate little like fake house out of her napkin and left the coin as the roof.
Yeah, and I mean, you would have noticed Pluzak doing this too with your passive perception for sure. So, yeah. So the two of you leave your napkins at the table. Pluzak is shaped like what he sees what you do, and he's like, grabs his napkin and bundles it up, puts the coin under it. Mine's a rock.
Yeah, that's what I would yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's a Pluzak
And
thing.
that's perfectly fine. And before Kara leaves, though, she would put her armor back on.
Okay, fantastic. You want to help her, Pluzak? You're pretty good at it. I mean, not her, but Mace.
If she wants my help.
We'll go faster that way.
Do
Otherwise, it
turtles
would.
get handsy? Do they even care?
This turtle is not handsy with Kara.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, so yeah, you'd get help. How's the time or whatever. It's not like we're particularly an issue. So Mace,
Yep.
let's flip over to your side. You pop, not necessarily pop out of, but you're like ready to get up now and get out of sleep mode or whatever you want to call it.
Right. Well, considering that my sleep is slightly shorter than everyone else's, I would probably just let them sleep up until whenever they do wake up on their own. But I'd likely begin. I want to say, cleaning, if not organizing the place a little bit. Not so much in the sake of make it a habitable space, because I don't necessarily think it's meant for that in the first place. But more so to stop any further deterioration of a space that would have once been pretty significant.
Okay, I think that's smart. Do me a favor. So while you do this, I would very much consider, Mace is the type of character who is not, he's going to do the idle act, but I'm sure his mind is not going to be idle. I will let you do a quick check, either a insight or an investigation to try to further either find information about yourself and chance in terms of investigation, since that was your original goal, or insight
Right.
just to reflect on things. You can choose one of, you can choose to reflect on what you've learned about chance, or maybe this phrase that you're still trying to decipher, or just anything in general that we've kind of discussed that you can kind of meditate on or whatever. You can use
Right.
this as almost like a cathartic way to go about that if you want. Your call, one way or the other.
Yeah, I mean, I'll try it out. Mm, Let me see. I think I'll try with insight.
Okay. Is there anything in
It's all
particular
the same
you're trying to
realistically,
insight?
but for the most part, I guess what I try to,
What's
or I
Mace
guess where
thinking
Mace's mind would wander off to is, well, he has a somewhat steady grasp of his origin and his current state, but I guess like anyone who didn't necessarily have a guiding hand uh, in the more pivotal stages of that process, he'd wonder why do all that in the first place? I mean, sure, there was a purpose originally. He needed to be a defender. His dad wanted and ended up wanting a son, but I mean, there were much simpler ways to get from point A to point B.
Okay.
His whole state of being is a little more convoluted than it really had to be.
Fantastic. Okay. I think that's
So,
a
I mean,
great.
we'll
I think
see
that's a great
what
topic
happens.
choice.
Oh wow,
So
Chan's coming in for the save.
yeah, I forgot to switch it over, but that's fine. Um, it's
This is why
interesting
eat
because
food's
it's
high in
not even
perception,
really
kids.
Chance's insight in this instance. You are going about cleaning, thinking about this topic, and just miring almost even in sort of like a pseudo-depressive thought line of like, why did it matter? Did it matter? Who gives a shit? Like, even at the end of the
Yeah.
day, he seemed happy, but like, why? I'm stuck here without him now for forever. Like, what was the actual end goal? But as you do this, and as you're looking through things, you realize, there's you left Chance over by the wall to make things
Mhm.
easier. Just not have a weapon at your hip getting in the way. And as your eyes are wandering, you're basically getting close to the end of the task, looking for things to pick up and move and whatnot. You glance over at Chance again. Your eyes just kind of pass over and land on him, and that kind of actually gives you pause for a second. Because you realize, at the end of the day, he didn't leave you alone. He gave you this other thing that, when you think back to the night before, apparently he sacrificed something for? Not that you know what, but
Yeah.
apparently it was great, according to his own words, and your father was not ever really someone to over-exaggerate, we'll say. Maybe be a little facetious here
Brazen.
and there. Yeah, maybe even that, but he was not one to lie, especially in that sort of an instance, right?
Hmm.
So, as you kind of think about it, and you kind of look over at Chance, and even the way that kind of Chance has been this, you first thought it was kind of more of a test, but now you realize that he is kind of like a brother to you, or something more. You want to you've grown to kind of want to help him grow too. He's part of you just as
Yeah.
much as, um, he's your weapon, but he's also your friend, sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
So you kind of sit there and you dwell on it, and you're like, well, if I can feel all these things about a warhammer, then who's to say Dad didn't start feeling something like that for me? And it starts to finally change your mindset and make you realize that, like, maybe it didn't have a greater purpose at the end of the day. It just started having more purpose for him to want you to succeed and be a better person, and not end up alone. You would always have Chance, and you would still, he always pushed for you to be this champion of the 10 towns. So he wanted the people to still be able to support you, right? Like, because realistically, generations might fall, but if you're constantly helping, then the kids would grow up knowing you, and they'd also come to love you. And, like, you slowly just start to realize the vision he had, even though you were viewing it from one lens, was very different, and it was actually one of a much more wholesome vision, right? And that's kind of
Right.
where you come to realize that was the purpose. He just wanted me to have something better, to
To
be,
succeed, to
yeah,
get
to
to
succeed,
wherever
right?
was intended to get
Right. And to
and
him,
be
that meant one thing,
fulfilled.
and you might feel differently now, but you do recognize, that he just cared. He cared, right? At the end of the day, he might not have done it the way that you wanted, but you can tell.
Right.
So, in general, that's kind of where you end, and you just kind of finally settle into a peace where everything is kind of in place. There's no more chaos among the mess. It is not, you threw out a lot of stuff, we'll say, but there's finally, it's almost kind of like, just as the room has been cleaned, and ceremoniously put back into order, it's almost like your feelings almost settle into that way too, right? So that's
Right.
where you
Yeah.
end.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll be right back.
Uh.
I gotta call my dad.
Thanks, Fred. I'm glad I made you feel
Hell
that
yeah.
way, man.
Hell
That's
yeah.
great.
Oh God. But yeah, in general,
But yeah,
Mace.
no, that's a great way to put it.
Hopefully
And
that helps. Some of
ultimately,
that.
I think having sort of put that to rest, so to speak, uh, not so much arriving at a resolution, but more so having a bit more clarity as
Hmm.
to where he stood, really. Um, I think by that point, he would probably start. Well, considering that he doesn't necessarily need to eat,
Yeah.
he would look at his companions, and he, well, considering the room is made of metal, he would actually just knock on the wall and just sort of make himself known to everyone else.
Yeah, and I would say that the other two of you, in general, you would have heard him shuffling around and doing things, so you might not have necessarily wanted to wake up, but with this knock on the wall, you're definitely conscious enough that it's clear, you know that something's ringing out, maybe a call for you. It's your choice whether to wake up or not, but you hear it for sure. You know it's happening.
And I would just out loud, not so much, you know, yell or anything like that, but just let everyone know. Right? The day's in full effect now. If you all require sustenance, I suggest that we hunt something, unless you're carrying your snacks with you.
Yeah, so, I mean, if either of you want to respond, it would be Leif or Mallow. Both of you are there with him. Or you could choose to just keep sleeping and he can come kick you in the nuts. It's his choice. Or yours, I guess.
I can just, go out and compel another rabbit to fight.
Yeah, there you go.
Compel a
Except for-
rabbit to fight.
This time you bring it into the room and you set yourself up right behind one of the party members, like you set
That's
him
right.
upright, and then you make it charge into.
I mean, Leif would probably like kind of roll over hearing this, and then pull out or like shuffle his hand into his pack and pull out like fish, and just be like fish.
Bite the
Um,
head of the raw fish.
I would pull out spam.
Uh-oh, your little spam balls.
My spam balls.
You guys are wondering if these are like ever gonna go bad, or if he's ever like restocked and you just don't know. But you're curious.
I
We're
just
still
always
unsure
have
about
spam
where the
balls.
meat comes from.
Yeah, aren't we all?
But yeah, I mean, beyond that, I think once everyone had sort of settled into their, awoken being, I would essentially just discuss with them and tell them, so are we regrouping today? What's the next step? Are we already beginning the journey? I think we are kind of done where we are here. I'm certainly going to preserve this place. I might need it later. Not to say that we can't use it again, but still. Are you all set to go? Are we meeting Kara for after breakfast?
Did we make plans to do anything?
No,
No,
I
you
think
guys did
no.
not.
This was
Okay.
a layover, really. So
Well, if you're done here, then I guess we should try and reconvene with the others.
do you all remember the address? To be honest, while I've kept an eye on this town for a long time, I kind of didn't really care to learn what street was what.
Leif would like kind of look around, and then he would bring his echo out and kind of just look at it, and they both kind of like scratch their heads and look around, and then I would point in a direction that I believed is correct, and my echo would clearly behind my back kind of like shake his head and be like, no, not that.
Well, it's a small town.
Not that way.
I'm sure that if we head to the town square itself, we'll stumble upon them eventually. They must have had breakfast already as well. Kara's an early riser. I do wonder about the turtle, though.
Yeah. So in general, not a problem. You guys would just head back into town. If anything, between them getting breakfast and Mace doing his thing, you guys would probably be. I'm assuming Kara and Pluzak, you guys are gonna head up to find them, right? That was like the last thing you said you were gonna do. Leave the house and go head in
Yeah.
their direction.
Yeah, we know where
So you guys
this
would kind
is.
of meet halfway, basically. Run into each other. Spider-Man meme.
Hey, you guys are here.
Yeah, you have no issue meeting up. I will tell you guys it's probably about 7 a.m. So good frame of reference for the day. The reason we're on the map and not Lonelywood anymore, by the way, is I've started measuring it out with some of you now that we're here again. So if I go back to my
My votes avoid the lake and go around.
Why?
Okay, so basically what I was saying, I think before you got back, Claw, is, basically I see two ways about it. You can go around the lake, about 30 miles, or 30 feet, I should say, or you can go across the lake. It's like closer to like 20.
What does either thing entail?
Of course, Kara would know going across the lake means that some spots of ice might be thin, but she thinks that she could find a way
Also,
across.
it's frozen over. Okay.
Most of it is, for the most part. She thinks she could find a way across. So one way or another, so it's about 30 feet is about 20 miles. So, 20 feet is, I don't know, maybe 12, 13. It depends on how you guys want to go. It's just a matter of we're trying to
If
figure
we
out.
don't, if we take the lake option, we have to leave the dogs because
Yeah.
that's just not gonna work. Oh, actually, we
Well,
left the dogs. already.
either way, your intention was to leave the dogs at Lonelywood. They're here with you.
Yeah.
Your intention was to leave them here because the issue becomes you could get them to go out to Angajuk spell with you, but then
But they're not going to survive oral.
how do they? Well, you could try and bring them to the
Well, they're
islands,
gonna get
or
stuck
you
there.
could try and send them back alone. But then Yetis and things. So basically, your conscious decision was like leave them here. You can always come back for them later. as far as I was aware.
That was the idea, yes.
So, in that case, that's kind of why I'm trying to bring it up. If you go around, you guys are going to move. I believe you do have. Most of you have snowshoes. Do all of you have snowshoes?
I do.
Yes.
I believe
Pluzak,
so.
Mace. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you have them, Pluzak.
I have the boots of the Winterland, man.
Oh, that's
Oh,
true. You're fine
shit.
in general. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we all got snowshoes and
Yeah, I'm
what
pretty
was
sure
it?
you
We
all
count-
did at one point. So,
Yeah.
because you do have snowshoes, you have gear for trekking in the wilderness. You can move up to half a mile an hour. So that does mean that it will take, if you go the 30 feet route, so 20-mile route, it would take up to 40 hours of trip. So basically 2 days. You'd need to rest overnight. If you go across the lake, it's 13 or so hours. So again, you probably will want to rest, but you could theoretically try and trek that far to Angajuk in one go. It's your call. But that's ultimately kind of the decision the party's facing now is how do you get there? How do you want to try and approach that?
I don't mind going around the lake. I mean, other than maybe a small time save, I don't think going through the lake is really going to benefit as much.
I second that.
Would we know if there's any ships that would bring us to the other side of the lake?
You would know from Kara, kind of having sussed it out for the first time you guys were in Lonelywood. Most of this lake is fairly frozen over. There are sections that aren't. This is the same lake that you guys did deal with the plesiosaur in. So further out towards the middle, you guys do know that there are still fishable sections. You know Lonelywood doesn't really have very many boats that aren't actively like further out towards the ice and used by the few fishermen left in town. So they probably don't have anything you could rent boat-wise, but a lot of the lake is frozen over, so Kara does think she could also just find a way across if you stick towards the ice. There's just always the potential of thin ice and how do you suss it out, and I mean she's got survival skills, so she might be able to, but you're crossing, a frozen lake at best.
And as a player and character, I'm recommending we go around because we don't want to chance frozen water in this temperature.
Yeah, this armor don't float.
Are you sure?
You do have enough rope that if you just tie one
Did
end
you ask
around you, though.
Chance?
Did I ask?
You might just start just asking him anything, apparently, according to his roles, right?
To be fair, yeah.
What is the meaning of life? 42.
Oh no.
I knew it.
Yeah, I say we go around then. I mean, we're not in, as far as Pluzak understands, we're not in some dire emergency to
No,
get
we're kind of
to-
on a recon
Well,
mission.
and in all honesty, Pluzak would
Oral's
probably
on.
understand this mission better than most because he was working with the Valine to Planet for a long time. So yes, you would most certainly know she's in no particular rush. If anything, the group is on more of a timer to get away, or not get away from the 10 towns, per se, but the timer of this weird developing rumor of the 10 towns. You don't really know. That's kind of in a flux of how that's going to go. So that's really more the immediate danger in any regard. It has nothing to do with Arl's Island or the mission that you have. So you would understand that pretty well, Pluzak.
Yeah, we'll go around. I mean, even though we'll,
Yeah.
say
At that
nice
point-
things to the people.
Yeah, at that point, that's
wave on our way out.
Absolutely. That's 3 people claiming way around, so we'll just call that as
Yeah.
way. So I'm just going to call it a flat 30 feet on the map, measurement. So 20 miles. So again, 40 hours of travel. I'm assuming you're just going to straight shot it as much as you can. I think Kara. That's
Are we gonna
probably
travel
ultimately
for
your
10
choice.
hours a day, or how do you want to do it?
Yeah, good question.
I mean, I think 10 hours of travel a day is probably pretty good.
Pretty reasonable, yeah.
I like that.
From 8 to 18. I mean, even then, like, actually.
Chris, did we lose you by chance? You might be having internet.
Sorry, I'm
issues,
having some connection issues. What's up?
No worries. Just I wanted to ask in your, the team is talking how long do we want to travel for before stopping? Seems like 10 hours is the rough estimate, but Kara is
10
the
to
survival
12.
expert. Just figured that we'd have her.
10 to
input.
12.
Okay. So you guys
Yeah,
shoot
since it's
for
40 hours, we figure,
Yep.
split it up 4 days.
Absolutely. So
12.
you
doesn't
guys
really do
will
that.
will assume that this. die up. Okay, so yeah, with that, so we'll plan it out. I'm just gonna do this. So if you're traveling for 10 hours, 10 to 12, that's about 5 miles. 5 to 6 miles. So just take this made boy. You guys can all see this line, I'm assuming, yeah? Oh, although it doesn't want to move for me.
I see no
Oh
line.
no.
Nope.
You might not be in the right layer.
It's because I'm way down south. You guys are probably looking up higher. You'll see in a second.
Oh, I see, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so that's about 5 miles. So turn our line. So you just go up that way. Can I not copy the line? Game don't want me to work.
Doing. He's drawing us a map.
I can't copy the line, boys. You gotta just
Is anyone
rehand them.
else nervous?
No, we're just saying. So, if you guys are traveling for about 10 hours, then the claim is this is about how far you will be traveling in that first go, right? So, Kara, do me a survival check. We're just going to see how efficient you guys are. I believe this is what, plus your bonus, because we're in your favorite terrain. Fantastic. So you guys make phenomenal time in general. Kara finds
The
a
best
section
time.
of the lake that she knows is so well frozen that it's not an issue for you guys to travel across it, like, solid ground. So we're going to say that you actually managed to, within the first 10 hours, kind of cut some of that down. So instead, let me grab this. So you guys will go about this way more, all right? And then it's still traveling the full 10. So you end up much closer than you might have otherwise, right? So with that will be where your first day kind of ends. How do you guys want to do a watch for the night? We'll say in general with a 26 survival, we'll just keep it carried over. You find a good enough place to rest that it's not an inherent issue.
I'm always going to take the darker time periods of this because of dark vision. So.
Okay, so Kara, you're thinking what, a 2 or a 3 watch, or a 3 or 4? What's
A 2 or a 3.
okay? The rest of the group.
Like first.
Pluzak's gonna be on a first watch already.
I'll take second.
I'll take third.
Fantastic.
Do you have the dark vision? Mel?
I can
Can you
pop it
see?
on.
Can you see in the night?
Well, and actually, so Pluzak first, Mace said second, right? So Kara would be third anyway from the call. So Mallow fourth maybe, and then Leif, you can either choose to join them for one of them, or you can sleep it off, I guess, because they already claimed them all.
I want to
Or you
wake
can do a
up for
5-way
the.
watch. Your choice. Actually, I shouldn't claim that.
Yeah, that's fine. I went the one, like the latest one, the one that's earliest in the morning or whatever.
Okay, so Leif offers to just kind of take a little bit more time off the end of the night, so you guys will do 5 in a row. So just everyone quickly do me perception checks for each of your sections of the.
Oh man.
What? You didn't tell me we to do that.
Yeah, that's what being on watch means. What the fuck did you expect?
What?
I thought you meant like a time thing, like the thing that I wear on my wrist. You gonna guidance yourself
That's
first?
just an ability check.
You
Okay.
can still guidance yourself before looking around, I
Can you?
guess.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. I'll fucking.
Touch your.
I mean,
touch
it probably
yourself.
It's a
doesn't make
skill
much
check.
sense.
It's not.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, it
Okay.
probably doesn't make much sense for this either, because it's like up to 1 minute. So just roll it base, I guess.
Yeah,
Oh,
for 1 minute,
no.
I know that there's nothing
Yeah,
around.
1 minute you're seeing really good. Or you could just sit there and keep doing it for like a full hour. Just keep.
Yeah, because it's cantrip.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter.
Oh, you
Oh,
all
I'm
just
good.
you all just hear like, and you're like, what the fuck is the turtle doing now? Yeah, shit.
I'm
All
pretty
right.
sure nothing is sneaking up on
Yeah,
Mallow,
so in
Pluzak,
general,
or myself.
the first watch is uneventful anyway, but Pluzak, you do a good job watching, no issue. Mace, you kind of feel like you're doing a pretty good job on watch, but it's not until
Ooh,
Kara
gosh.
awakens and kind of walks over to you and you don't realize it that you're like, oh, things might have happened without me knowing. Kara, on third watch, especially considering how perceptive you generally are, you actually notice an interesting thing. There's
Oh.
there's nothing that is approaching the camp. In fact, this interesting thing is quite a ways off in the distance. But you do see over, where is my, there we go. So you see kind of southward of you. You can't quite gauge how far away it is. So I'm just going to make a little like circle. You think maybe here, but you actually are so unsure you could be this far away. But there's like this valley of kind of little hills and mountains, and you notice some light. It looks big enough to be like a campfire. That's actually pretty big, maybe more like a bonfire. But again, just by nature of the distance and like through the wind and stuff, it's hard to tell how far out it is. But there's definitely something south of you. People, things living, not with a fire. But as far as you can tell, it looks like camp or something, and it's really far out, so it's not something you'd have to worry about per se. But
It's either 5 or 10 miles out. So.
right. And it is odd to you that you can't quite tell per se, because it's either like a really big bonfire in the distance, right, super far out, or a fair campfire that's pretty close. But so you're just kind of a little wary in that direction, but nothing.
This is going to be a weird question, but can I look and see if anything is reflecting?
Just define, I guess, what you'd be looking for. Glints near the firelight, or
So I know that with snow and ice, if a light hits it at the right angle, it will reflect
correct? Yep.
and be just about everywhere. I want to see if those lights are reflecting anywhere else, or if that is just
Okay.
the only two sources of light.
Yeah, so we'll just let you use the same 21 or so. 22? 22. You pretty distinctly see a lot of the light scattering in the area, but it doesn't seem to be. There's nothing else in the distance. This seems to just be the one spot. Like I said, the only reason you see 2 on the map is just tough to tell the distance of it. But realistically, you do just see the one spot, right?
So in that case, I'm gonna just record these down in my notes that, like, I've spotted a potential campfire and got some landmarks to plot out a course to it if we wanted to go there.
Okay. All right, perfect. So at that point, it is Mallow. Not Mallow. Yeah, Mallow and then Leif. So Mallow, you actually would notice, not necessarily that, well, if anything, Kara probably mentioned the lights to you, and with your perception, nothing's really going on at the camp, so you just keep checking them out every once in a while. You would notice that the same campfire doesn't really seem to die down at all throughout the night, but as night is ending, it finally seems to, like, someone puts it out or something, and then ultimately Leif is put on watch. You walk over and you kind of have to wake him up, and he just seems a little tired throughout his watch, but for the most part, Leif, nothing really happens as far as you can tell. So, yeah, the night passes at least with no immediate events on the camp. Besides that, so
How would I be able to tell about how far away it would be?
no, because ultimately your perception roll is lower than Kara's, and she couldn't quite tell. So, her basically pointing it out to you was you were able to keep track of where it was, but you couldn't tell anything more about it than she would have.
Okay.
I need to step away a moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I do need him. Actually, Chris, you here still?
Oh, fuck your shit.
No, I lost him.
What happened now?
Just do a survival roll for me for the next day's travel.
Survival. Okay.
And then we can figure it out. Perfect.
25.
Awesome.
All right, I'll be right back.
So, as you guys are getting your things together, starting to get ready to go, Kara is already kind of looking out into the horizon, trying to figure out your day, and she actually warns all of you, there's a blizzard coming. We should probably prepare ourselves now. It's not going to be more than an hour or 2, I think, before it hits us. So how do you guys want to try and proceed?
Go in my shell.
You're just going to hang here until the blizzard passes?
Just gonna. Are we doing this right here?
Kara would tell you guys, well, I mean, we haven't left. We could dig in and just wait it out. That's fine. Or we could try and walk through it. I mean, I'm feeling like I can probably navigate us in the right direction still. Just, we wouldn't want to lose each other.
Yes. We wouldn't want to lose somebody in the crew.
Fuck you, Blue Zach.
Do you think we could find a better place to shell up?
So, I guess Kara would look around. We use the same the same roll. 25 is pretty phenomenal anyway. So she kind of eventually spots somewhere back kind of towards the trees, the tree line where you came from. And she says, well, the blizzard's moving from the west towards us, or kind of southwest. If we go that way, we could probably find a place to hole up in the tree trunks and, make ourselves a little shelter. But we're losing progress, so your call.
Well, I don't want to lose more time. So, what do you think, guys?
So I'm assuming Kluzak's vote is on go back to the trees.
Is not to go back to the trees.
Not to
I don't
go
want
back,
to
okay.
lose time
Gotcha.
by backtracking.
Yeah, just want to make sure I understood. All right. How do the others feel? Looks like I don't have Claw right now. Hopefully he's at least listening still.
So
Oh, you are here. Okay, that's good. That's all I
yeah,
care
no,
about.
I'm here.
Just want to make sure.
So all we
So-
saw was like a campfire?
Yes, Kara saw what looked like a large campfire in the distance, and she couldn't quite gauge how far it was. It was somewhere southwest. So you would
Any
actually know.
settling
It
at all?
wouldn't-
Like
It
tents,
wouldn't.
anything like that?
No, it didn't look like a settlement. And if anything, once the dawn started to approach, the light was kind of snuffed out.
So it would be to backtrack to go try to figure out what it is.
No, the backtracking would be
backtrack-
because there's a blizzard
Avoid it.
coming.
Yeah.
Kara basically noticed because of the survival roll, the good enough survival roll, that a blizzard is coming today. You guys can try and travel through it, keep going to your destination. You can hole up here since you still haven't really left yet. Or Pluzak asked if there was any other locations that looked better to hole up, and she said the only place that might be better is among the trees back where we came from. So you would lose maybe, 2 miles of progress to go back towards the trees to find a better bunker. But you could theoretically wait out the blizzard there too.
Do our
And
magic
those are the
people
options
have
that
any,
she's posited. You guys might be able to think of something else, of course. So
do our magic people have any magical things that can help?
Survive a blizzard.
Yeah.
I know something that could help us.
That does not involve using my entrails to keep warm.
I do not know anything.
Well, I have
My
this saying where
mushrooms
it
are
doesn't matter
sad.
if I'm buried in snow.
Say what?
No, it's just in terms of surviving a blizzard, I think it's a matter of well, it's finding the proper shelter. Uh, uh, we saw this campfire what in the middle of just just kind of thrown out there.
I didn't
Was
see
there
it.
like any
I didn't-
landmarks?
I didn't see a campfire at all.
We saw
Well,
some
I didn't
very
see a
pretty-
campfire.
all right, it was about this far out. The only ones who really saw it were Kara and then Mallow after her. Because
But these
during
are just
Mallow's
like
watch, it was
wastes,
put out.
right?
Yes, but I would say that the topography of the map is kind of accurate in the sense that these are hills, not necessarily superly super mountainous or anything, but there's berms and valleys and things that this fire looked like it was probably tucked, and Kara couldn't quite tell. I'm generalizing it there, but the ones that she saw were either like somewhere around in here or somewhere around in here. She couldn't quite tell the distance out.
So it was along the gully line. Okay.
Yeah, so yes, exactly. So you kind of have some general idea in where it was, but and
Right.
then
Okay. So
again, yeah,
the
Kara saw
chances
that
of
and
going
showed
there
Mallow.
and getting burned are not null. Is all I'm asking.
Define getting burned. Things being there.
No, more so going there and finding that we're just now figuring out that this place is not suitable to camp out in during a blizzard. That is.
I see.
And
yes, and it also is in the direction that Kara mentioned the blizzard is coming from. She said it's coming from west southwest, which is why moving towards the tree line would actually buy you more time as well. So it'd be easier to you can get there and not have to worry. She also did say you camped here for the night and it might be kind of rough. You're not going to be able to sleep through a blizzard, but you could probably hunker down, build yourself a little shelter in the snow, and sort of wait it out here without too much issue. It's just a matter of how do you want to proceed? Do you want to stay here, go somewhere safer, go through the try and walk through the blizzard? That was really the bigger question.
I mean, the blizzard is going overnight, right? Which means we just get exhausted.
The blizzard, it's a morning right now. It looks like it's going to be happening during this next day. So you don't have to
Oh,
rest.
okay.
per
So
se.
we can't just endure it and like.
You could theoretically just endure it and then try and walk overnight if you wanted, but and even then you don't know how long it's going to last. I shouldn't even say overnight. That's assuming that it would go for a very long time. Kara has not been able to tell you how long it would last per se, but she knows a blizzard is coming.
Right. I mean, I don't honestly expect the blizzard to last more than a day, maybe a day and a half. But I mean, that's just my guess. My vote then would be to just keep going and try to um, withstand the weather that as it is. We can try to. Actually, you know what I mean. We saw this encampment, and they don't seem to be in a hurry to leave. So
I wouldn't actually say that's necessarily the case. You don't know, because the fire went out before your final watch happened. So you had a 5-way watch, right? And during
Mhm.
Mallow's 4th watch, towards the end of his watch, he watched. Man, a lot of times I'm saying that. He witnessed them, their fire that Kara pointed out, uh, basically be doused, be put out at some point. So it was
Right.
out before Leif was awakened for his final 5th watch. So you
So
don't know.
our
They
intel
might not
is
even be there
dated.
anymore. Yeah. Well.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. You don't know. You don't know what's happening over there per se. Is the best.
We also don't know who it is or what they are. It could just be people traveling to go to Bremen or to Lonelywood or something else or Targos or just to go to the 10 towns.
In the middle of the waste from that side?
Coming from
highly
the Sea of
doubt it.
Moving Ice if they were fishing or something.
Little bit of an excursion to go fishing, but I get your meaning.
I mean, there's not really a bunch of other places. We don't know if the lake has any. So they might
We
have
know
to
for a
go down
fact
there.
that the lake has any, otherwise Leif wouldn't have any.
I think Leif's been buying them, hasn't he?
Generally,
does,
the
yeah.
rations he buys are fish. So
It's
Yeah.
just it's just straight fish.
Because where did we go prior that? Yeah, we went to some fishing town or village or something
So
prior.
here's my thought process. These are people who are at least either brave or savvy enough to go through the waste as opposed to the actual road, or at least following the river line. So they'll either be able to help us, or at least they'll be located in a place where we are able to take shelter. So
Or
I
they
say
left
we go
there.
towards them.
Or they left
No.
there because they couldn't take shelter there.
Well, one way or the other, we meet them, right?
If they doused it and left, we're hoping that if we're heading towards their encampment, if they left, then we won't meet them.
Are we able to
Alright, I'm
reach the
back.
sea
What
of
did I
moving?
miss?
Are we able to reach the sea of moving ice before
the
blizzard hits? We can't,
No.
right?
No. Sea of Moving Ice is still like 10 to 12 hours away. So it's a
What have I missed?
full day travel. So here's where
We're,
we're
we're
at. Just to catch
debating
you up.
whether to go towards the place you spotted or to go back
Well,
to
and
the
I
tree
don't think he
line.
was here even for that per se. So
Oh,
you did your roll and stepped away. So basically, what Kara learned was there's a blizzard coming towards your direction. It's headed from basically west southwest, somewhere around there. Kara basically mentioned, you guys hadn't left from where you had long rested, so she believes that you could put some effort in and hunker down there and wait it out. Pluzak asked if there was anywhere safer, so Kara said, well, it's moving kind of backwards, but we could go towards the trees and find somewhere safer among the trees, likely. Or we could try and walk through the blizzard. The party then kind of went to discussing more of like Pluzak's like, I don't want to lose time, so let's discuss wait here or go forward. And then Mace mentioned, well, we saw that light during the night. Do you guys want to try and head its direction and see if it's like 10 towners who can have a better survival place or something into that regard? So that's kind of where we're at.
I have two questions to ask before I throw my theory out, and one of them is directed at players. For those who can use magic, does anybody have like stuff that can manipulate terrain?
So, when you say manipulate terrain, what do you mean?
You have like manipulate earth or shape earth or something? Do you
Oh.
have?
Okay. So, I guess my thing, I have the Wand of Web, right? So I can put the Wand of Web on the ground, 20 foot, as a 5-foot thickness then, and that terrain becomes difficult terrain, and anything that fails the dexterity saving throw in it is restrained. So
Make a
my
snow wall
thought,
out of it?
so my process was, no, you can't. we all stand in it. Our movement speed is 0. We can't go anywhere.
I mean,
This
it's
guy's
great if
playing
this was a
fucking 5G chess.
windstorm. It's great if this was a windstorm, but in a snowstorm that's going to kill people.
What?
Not you because you have the boots of Wonderland. Not me because I'm cold resistant.
A tree branch comes flying over, impales you because it can't knock you over.
Yeah. Okay, so no one has Earth
Oh, no.
manipulating
I love your idea,
spells.
though.
That's
Fred.
not my problem.
Don't get me wrong. I love
Mallow's
the
out
idea.
there in front of me or something.
Yeah, please
That's
just like in the
that's his
center of it,
problem.
turtled up, getting
So,
pelted by
okay.
whatever. He doesn't give a shit.
No,
my
the Wanda
my
web
second question.
doesn't work as a snow wall because we don't have something on each side to cast it against, right? So it would need 2 pillars.
You could
So we
make
would have
you could
Leif's
make
Echo
snow pillars,
until it
technically.
disappears, and
Okay.
That's
something
very
else.
fair too.
Okay, so
Leif and Leif's Echo. They look the same.
it's
you
we
can't
we
tell.
need to get creative, but that is an option. 2, what is the current weather condition prior to the snowstorm hitting?
Hasn't hit us yet.
Is
Yeah,
it
and it's
clear
mostly
minus the wall of snow
around
moving at
you,
us? Is it
around
cloudy?
you right now,
Well, it's
it
always
is
cloudy,
mostly
but
clear. Like, yeah, you are in a very safe weather condition right now, and you think for maybe another hour or 2 before this blizzard starts hitting you with snow. You're not going to be in the blizzard thick for maybe another 3 or 4 hours, but for now it's clear sky. It'll be snowy in a little bit, and then it'll hit.
just for my sake, the storm is coming this way.
It's coming from the arrow tip.
It's coming
to the
from
dot.
there, going this way.
Correct.
Okay. I say we get onto the side of the hill we're on, right around here, and we dig out a shelter, and we just get into the hillside so the wind buffets mostly against the hill and not us directly, and we wait it out.
I agree. I think that's the best option.
If we need heat by any chance, can I cast heat metal on Mace
Turn him into a space heater.
and have him melt snow before it gets to us? We just all stand behind him, and as
Yeah, he
as
just
the
takes
wind
the
is
damage
blowing,
as he would normally.
Hold on. Actually, didn't one of you have the heat metal spell?
I do.
Yeah, so
That's why I'm
we
saying.
can just take.
That's what he's
I mean-
literally saying is he can heat metal you, but your point is maybe use something else.
Oh well, I mean, I could just, I don't know, take a piece of armor off and be cool.
Use your shield. I mean,
So,
technically have one, right?
Before we get to the crazy part of that, we all good with get further forward, dig out a shelter into the hillside, and use that for cover?
I'm okay with
So
that.
we could dig out the hillside, and then I could cast Wand of Web on the opening.
We could do that and use that to effectively block it off, yes.
Just doing.
I think
so.
that's our
I'm okay
plan
with
then?
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
doing
works for
some
me.
timing math. Just give me 1 sec.
I just feel bad as a DM because I know when you set stuff up like this,
No, you're fine.
you're like, okay, I got this scenario going,
No,
right?
no.
And-
Actually, you're fine. This one's good.
And then the funny thing is, we've
almost-
walked through a blizzard before, and
Well,
and
the
we
funny
were
thing
okay.
is- yeah,
We
there's
didn't do
that.
any planning.
But the funny thing is, it's one of those things where it's like there's actually multiple random encounters that I have planned for through here. It just depends how you guys go through it. So I don't really care one way or another. Things are gonna happen.
Yeah, that's kind of the way to go about it.
Yeah. So okay, so it's like 5 a.m. when you guys start planning all this. So you guys will say, rotate around the mountainside to the north. Like take an hour or so to find, since you only move like half a mile an hour, to find a good location. Kara kind of directs you guys to one though, and just do me a group check. I will let you guys choose survival, sleight of hand, or performance. Whatever you feel
Well-
your character would be best at to try and help with this kind of goal Kara has of building a shelter.
And we guidance this?
Yeah, you can guidance this one if you want. Yeah, fuck it. Just add a d4.
I rolled a 15, so
You're fine.
Performance, sleight of hand, or what?
survival.
Performance, sleight of hand, or survival.
So 17 plus
Awesome.
19.
So Mace, just looking for you.
Yeah,
But for
you
the
need a
most part-
survival or like.
Any of the three I said. So it's a survival, performance, or sleight of hand. Whatever you think works best for you.
Oh, I'll do performance.
Perfect. Go for it.
Oh wow.
Nope, it's fine. So,
That's probably the best one to have done it with then if you had the +7.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
So in general, the group check is relatively successful. Kara kind of gets you to the location and then starts being kind of a foreman, as it would, directing you guys around. Leif kind of quickly gets to work, and you guys realize that this guy almost he almost think he eats snow with how quick he's digging through shit. But he makes a very sizable face very quick. And Kara, you get Mallow to use his relatively dexterous hands to like quickly pat the walls down and get them nice and hardened. And
I'm cutting igloo snow blocks
right,
with my
exactly.
axe.
Well, and in general, you're kind of also carving into the mountainside, the snow of the mountainside, to give yourself a nice like deep shelter that you can build out. In between everyone's work, Pluzak is actually starting to like you said, you guys are making blocks and starting to form the actual walls, while the other two are making the indent. The one person that you find interestingly not helping a whole ton, but not hurting, is Mace. You look over and you see that he's like trying, but you notice that he just kind of keeps looking up, looking at the blizzard and looking down towards the work you guys are doing, and just kind of like sighing and then getting back to work. So he's being productive, but not super productive. And then you remember Mace kind of has a tendency to just stand out in the snow when it snows overnight. So you can kind of realize to yourself, thinks that this is just kind of meaningless for him. So he's just there to kind of help, but not really caring, sort of thing. But he's still there. He's still putting his effort in, putting his part to it. And you guys managed to make yourself a nice little shelter that you think that this blizzard will most likely pass you by without issue. I will ask, if your plan is to stay here and you know that it's going to be blizzarding, you guys have we'll call it a shelter. Do you want to try and light a fire? We're going to say that this took another 2 hours. The blizzard, it's snowing for sure. The winds are starting to pick up. But does anyone want to try and... Actually, you guys even, I think, have kindling and stuff. Do you guys want to try and prepare yourselves for, like, an actual elongated stay, or what's the intention?
My intention is to wait out the storm, however long that might be, so yes.
Okay.
Then everybody agree or
I guess if
disagree all at once.
somebody
No,
wants to start a fire, then they start a fire. But I'm not going to tell them not to.
But
I'm not going
Bluzak
to
is
start
not
one.
going to. Okay. So I
Yeah.
guess then the question might be, who is going to start a fire? I'm not going to make a roll
What?
for it. I'm just curious to see kind of, how it
It-
goes.
Mallow
We're
would probably
can't-
start a fire since he can
Good.
do it with his key.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so I guess, do either you or Leif still have one of your logs that you got back
I
in
do.
Roseland Village? Okay, so just remove that from your inventory, and since you're using it, and you guys, you'll set it up and you just start practicing, and after, a solid 10-15 minutes, you do get a spark of key fire, and it kind of takes it up, and you have yourself a nice little fire. So not only is your shelter kind of out of the wind, it also is nice and warm inside. You guys have an actual true, little house, little shelter.
I just want you to be aware, because I have the 4 items that do require
The fuck
attunement.
is that?
Yes,
The noise.
Chip.
Yeah.
I'm using the
As a bag.
Gotcha.
I'm using the boots, the wand, and the sickle currently. So I'm not using the pearl.
It's the wand and the sickle. Perfect. Okay.
I should probably tell you that each day.
Yes. Yeah. I think that's smart. I think that's fair. So, totally. So, how long are you guys planning on staying here? Just until the blizzard waits? Do you want to wait the whole day out? What are you thinking? What's the intention?
My goal is until the storm passes.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
while
So,
it's going,
let me frame it
I'd
this
periodically
way.
walk outside to check on conditions and come back in.
Yeah. So let me frame it this way. With all that, setting up the shelter and the blizzard finally hits at about like 9 a.m. Yeah, at about 9 a.m. your day. So if you wait it out, I'll tell you how long you basically just have to sit there. You're not going to need to do any rolls. You built yourself a good enough shelter. But you do lose that amount of time to the day. You can still continue to travel like 10 hours after that point, but you will have to kind of start being more wary about the fact that you'll be moving. At that point 15 hours will be passing, and you might start getting close to your limit and all that. So just saying in general, you got to do some time management. How long? So you do just want to wait it out, I guess, and then go. You're not waiting the whole day.
I mean, we're going to be in a resting condition while we're waiting out the storm. We can sleep in shifts until we were ready to
Yeah,
move.
but at best it would just be a short rest because you just woke up from a long rest at 5 a.m. Then you rotated to the side of the mountain, built the shelter. It's about 8 a.m. The storm hits at about 9 a.m.
All I'm saying
so
is that
you
I'm
can do it.
ready to move.
I'm just saying mechanically it's a short rest if you do that. It's just not. It's not the full long rest. You can wait out the day again. Like you can wait the full 24 hours, just wait a day there. Eventually do another long rest and wait it out and see. But I'm just
My
trying
answer
to
is
gauge.
dependent upon the storm.
Okay, so you want to wait just to see how long the storm is first. Okay. Everyone else is okay with that, I'm assuming.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, if we're still there after 10 hours, so if it's 9 p.m.
Okay.
Then we
Then
wait.
I guess
we wait until the next
conversation-
day.
Yeah, so that's fine. So I'll be up front then if you guys are all cool with Kara's plan. It's about a 6-hour storm, which means that the time that she feels like you guys can start moving is about 2 to 3 p.m.
Okay.
Works for me.
Do me a favor, Chris. You have the highest perception. Well, actually, no, it wouldn't matter. Never mind. From your location, it wouldn't matter. You're on the north side of that hill. You don't have any line of sight that might have seen this. So, in that case, let me...
That was the point. We wanted to stop the wind from hitting us.
No, you're good. You're good. There's no problem. Just had to remind myself. All right, so let's go back up to here. So where you guys currently are, you're just gonna keep heading towards Angajuks.
That'd be my plan. Just from here, just kind of one of those.
Alrighty. Okay. So then do me another survival. Fantastic. Okay. So you guys start to get moving. Build myself another 5-mile line. And as you leave, you go kind of towards the direction that you think you should. As you're moving, however, I will tell you with your perception. I guess it wouldn't have told you last during the storm, but it will tell you this for sure. You actually notice along this very path at about. Let me find a marker color. To purple. At about this point here. So I'm going to call it 2 miles out of the 5, somewhere around there. You actually see movement in the horizon. It looks to be a crew of people surrounding essentially like wooden crates. They're not really hiding, and there's a pretty big guy with them. And like I said, they lay pretty much in your path. Do you want to just go see what's up?
Have they spotted us?
No. So if anything, you're coming in from their east, right? They are all looking towards the west, towards some crates.
Which direction are they traveling?
Are
they heading
do me a true
north?
perception roll. I don't mind telling you, but I want to see how much you can make out from this distance.
Who'd we lose?
I don't know.
Kim dropped AFK.
Nobody?
Same roll as before, 27.
Fantastic. So you would see footprints basically coming in from the south towards where they are. You would also be able to tell with that roll what looks to be some so most of the bodies there are kind of surrounding these wooden crates, these wooden things, and kind of like, if not moving them around, clearly preparing them to be moved, while a single person seems to be looking in the distance, scouting, trying to ascertain something. These people all look pretty big. You wouldn't say Goliath-sized, but getting kind of maybe close, but they are wearing shiny enough stuff that you think it's armor. And you can kind of tell that this one guy that's looking around, the one that you can kind of make out the most because he's moving further away from the group, seems to, I guess, trying to get his bearings would be your assessment.
How far away are we? Like, are they far enough I could make out any features on them or anything?
At this point in time, you can make out things like the fact that there is some armor glinting. Like I said, their size is a little, they're big people. You wouldn't call them, they're not, they're all medium-sized, but, having seen Goliaths, you're like, okay, they're bigger than humans, smaller than Goliaths, interesting, interesting size
They
things.
thick.
So, at least that's your assessment, yeah. There is one big thing near the crates that seems to be, like, hauling them around, but otherwise, it's just these humanoids. As far as you can tell, armor,
Are there any animals moving with them, or is it just
Nope,
figures?
Not as far as you can tell, just the figures.
With shapeshifter, would I be able to turn into a yeti? Because I would style my
No,
clothes
not
on.
really. You'd be able to kind of replicate the bone structure and the flesh structure of a yeti, but you're not going to be able to necessarily like grow a thick coat and grow into the size of a true yeti. You could replicate something that you think is close, but it's not quite the same. Essentially, if what you're trying
It
to do is
does
turn
taste
into a
that I
yeti and
am-
charge at these things to scare them,
No,
you would
no,
be
no,
doing
no,
something like a
no.
deception roll or a performance
It-
roll still. It ultimately is all I was
It
just trying to
would.
describe.
Then I'll just. How far out are we from them?
Here-
At the moment, it's a couple 100 feet, but, nothing too
Are
crazy.
they fully clothed? I know it's a weird
Yeah,
question
as far
to
as you can
ask.
tell, and they also seem to have cloaks and stuff. They're just,
Okay.
like, all kind of back right now, the cloaks, because they're using their arms and actively trying to interact with stuff, so...
Can I stealth towards them to
Um,
scout ahead?
you could always do a stealth roll, yeah. At this point, though, I wanted to let the group decide what to do. If you guys want to go and see what's going on, you'll end up put on a map. I'm trying to see if that's kind of how things are going.
The reason I asked which direction they were heading is if our paths are going to converge,
They are.
like if
They're
okay.
currently with where things are, you are a couple 100 feet out from these people who are definitely not moving currently. They are stationary where they are. If you follow along this path, you will run into them. You can also choose to, deviate your path. But that's
I mean,
kind of why
if we're gonna run into them, I want it to be on our terms. I say
Totally fine.
We get ahead of them and we just see what they are.
Okay, and I will tell you again, you do see footprints having come in from the south, but there's a guy looking around trying to ascertain something. Like I said, you think it might be their bearings, so you might think that they're lost, essentially, judging by your guesstimate from this distance. So just keep that in
Dude,
mind.
at this point, everyone is a member of the Hex.
Totally fine. I'm just saying in terms of like when you said trying to ascertain which direction they're going, with the survival roll and the perception roll that you have, Kara would most be able to tell they don't know which direction they're going, is I guess what I'm trying to get at. They know which direction they want to go, maybe, because you'd assume anyone out here knows where they want to be, but they don't know currently how to get there, judging by what they're doing, is I guess the better way to explain the situation.
Mm-hmm.
So that way, again, you can still do whatever you want in regards to them, but it's not like they're going to, like, if they start wandering in a direction, you're not going to be able to easily, or you don't currently know what that direction is. You don't even think they do. So.
Sure, but
Yeah.
as I've said, if we continue moving forward and they eventually are going to cross us, I want to be in a position where we have the advantage if
Right,
they cross us.
Yes, and just again, make sure I'm being super clear, you would be going into them, not them crossing
Yeah,
into you,
we're,
but
catch-
yes,
we're
same thing.
catching up to them.
We're crossing their
it's-
T.
Yeah, you're crossing their T. That's the better way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, exactly.
Which direction is the wind? West to east still?
The storm was blowing from west to east. Currently,
The wind was going
it's kind of,
that way.
Yeah, it's still basically in that direction. Yeah.
Okay.
You're downwind.
Making sure that they can't smell me.
No, you're good. It's a good question, honestly.
Oh yeah.
So, do you want to avoid them? Do you want to stealth into them? What's the intention?
Get ahead of them, so this way, if we do encounter them just on the walk, we have more advantage territory.
Right, so I
Otherwise,
guess-
we position ahead of them and mallow scouts.
No, that's fine. So I guess what I'd be looking for is more how
They're going to
far
see
away
us.
are you
It's-
trying to travel? Yeah, exactly. Like, what's the intention for how you do that?
Don't be seen. Get into a position where we can observe
So-
them, then
so
decide if we want
right,
to make
so-
contact.
So then the first thing I would need is stealth rolls from everybody. If the goal is to like avoid
Yeah.
not get seen. Right, exactly. That's what I was trying to get to. Thank you, Fred. Yeah. Nice, good start. Always good from Mallow.
Yeah, Leif
Hell
is
yeah.
the problem.
Yeah, gonna be a
Yeah.
disadvantage for you because
Disadvantage, right? Yeah.
Yes,
Cast
sir.
guidance on him.
You could. Although that, yeah, I guess that'd be fine because it helps in the initial
Ability
check,
check,
and then it
right?
just yeah.
Skill. I don't... You get a
So-
D4 added to whatever horrible roll you get.
A
4.
Roll a D4. At best, you get an 8. Love it. Let's go.
Oh, I don't like this game.
I don't like this game.
We're not hitting
Oh.
things.
Good old save.
That's okay.
Oh my
That's okay.
God.
Please accept that with
Alright,
you. You want to guidance yourself too, buddy?
Two
I'm not gonna give a
successes
shit. You can't even
and
hit 10.
Am I supposed to roll as well?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If
a
you
whole
want to be
okay.
stealthy,
Yeah, I mean, Mace can choose to just walk up to him, I guess. Yeah.
the wind direction instantly changes
Yeah.
from north
Oh
Hello.
my
to east.
god.
Fuck
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so no, this will
Mallow
be
and
fun.
I
So
just
here's what we're
hide
gonna
into
do.
the snow, and
So
everyone else is a freaking beacon.
So here's what we're gonna do because they are that bad on some of your rolls. I'm gonna just switch you to the map. Let me. So.
Can Kara and I be stealthed?
How do I want to do this? Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna give up the ghost early because I think it won't matter. Switch to the map. So you guys all should change scenery here. Put yourselves
snap.
coming in from the east side of the map.
You saw it.
Kara and Mallow are the two who are still good stealth enough. Put yourselves a little further to the north, right, exactly, along that little berm there. So you guys are stealthy enough. The rest of the team, you're over there, and this one guy in the middle here that seems to be kind of farther away from the party, he very much is looking in your direction. So Mace, Pluzak, and Leif, snack yourselves all near, Pluzak, and you guys will be kind of, as you approached, essentially, it became evident to Kara, who is very perceptive, this thing's looking over in our direction. So she kind of, basically was like, Mace, you're literally reflecting in the fucking sun. Just go that way. And, she shooed you three off to kind of be a distraction. So the two of them were at least able to maintain stealth here. For the sake of, figuring out how this will break down, we will do initiative rolls now. But I will say, of course, it is not quite like true combat, of course. So let's just get that started. Good start.
Mace,
There
you
it
have
is, Mace.
advantage.
You do have advantage on the initiative, Mace. That is correct.
Okay. There you go.
Much
Yeah,
better.
from your weapon of warning.
Yep.
That
Oh,
was
nice.
Nice.
I'm actually okay with that.
Yeah.
critically failing.
And Kara, am I missing you? I just don't see it yet.
Well, the nice thing is everybody else gets to make their turn, then I make mine, hopefully.
Yeah, well, and especially with your ability to surprise, it might work really well for you to run up, hit a guy with advantage on hidden, and then warp to hit another guy or something. You're an assassin, Harry.
You're an assassin, Harry.
Alright, so... Okay, that should be fine. Alright, so... The first up is actually Leif, which I will tell you is quite an interesting thing. So, Leif, what is your passive perception? Higher than
72.
12?
13.
Okay, so... I'm not going to make you roll for this. If it was under the 12, I would have made you roll for it, but I'm going to give it to you. As you approach this area, and you're getting closer to this, crew, there's quite a lot of noise among these men who are very evidently working some sort of heavy labor, and it is noise that you know all too well, as Orcish terms ring out freely. And you very quickly start to hear things, distant, but typical things like curses, complaints, and mostly the topic is about heavy crates. Once you get closer, you of course will be able to figure out a little better what things are actually saying, but right now, yeah, that's something you definitely can tell. How do you wish to start?
I am not stealthed. Everyone can see me. I guess I'm just gonna
Technically,
push.
you are stealth, but everyone can see you.
Yeah.
Oh, they're not hearing me. Look at me. I'm so quiet. I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna move up here and see if I can hear more of what they're saying.
Yeah, so once you get closer, the one that's kind of closest to you sees you, of course, has seen you the whole time, and shouts out to you, basically like, "Oh, it's not who goes there!" And it's a slightly feminine orc voice, in common though.
Just a traveler.
What do you want, traveler? We're doing something here.
Well, yeah, I heard the commotion. Didn't know if you were in distress.
At this point, let me do a little bit of a check. Oh, 15 plus. Okay. Okay. So as you are now closer, this thing is going to just, it's peering out at you. It's been focused on you guys since you approached, but since you're the closest one, it's clearly focused on you. And with a 16 total on a perception check, it says to you, "Oh, you look a little bit funny. Are you're one of them half orcs, ain't you? What are you doing around these parts?"
Oh, we're just out here looking for something.
We being you and the others. You're the only one that's got orc blood, right? And actually, at that point, they actually switched Orcish to see if you respond.
I'd respond back in Orcish, and I would say, as far as I know, I can't confirm or deny on any of them.
And why are you traveling with them? What they got in it for you?
I've traveled with a lot of different kinds in my time.
Yeah, you half-bloods half did, ain't you? Filthy, as you are.
It's true. It's true. I would be
I'm
careful.
just fucking with you. Hey, listen,
Anyway.
you and your boys want to help us out here and help us on our way, and we can maybe just make sure you get by without any, let's call it, danger. And they're very clearly like kind of slapping a staff against their hand as they say this.
I mean, I could definitely ask them. I don't think they would mind at all. What's in the what do you got in those crates?
It's food. It's not hard for us to survive out here. I mean, you're part orc. I'm sure you lived in a village for a bit. You know how these fucking humans like treating us, beating us down. Filthy pieces of shit they are. So we gotta scrap for what we can out here. Find ourselves a nice let's just call it gathering. And so we took some empty crates we happened to requisition, and we've been filling them up, and we're gonna try and bring them back down to this point down south. We were supposed to be heading south last night, but stupid fucking blizzard came this morning, and I got the kind of little topsy-turvy on where we were supposed to be. Trying to figure it out still. Any of you 2, 3, whatever you are, navigators?
We're not bad. We're not the greatest, but we did make it this far.
I need to know which way's south.
I'm sure we can figure that out. Yeah, let me grab my companions here and see if we can't help you on your way.
Yeah, call them up. Call them up. Let them come to you.
What's that?
Question.
You asking me what's that?
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say I was gonna turn around and then just motion for them to come up to me.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. So let me just do something. Do you want to hold an action or anything? I'll be pretty free with. Still haven't done in true action, so at this point the talking's gonna stop for this round. We're gonna go to someone else. So I just want to let you have an opportunity.
Can I do something while they're talking?
You can kind of start, like you can free action stuff. You can talk with Kara. Once your turn comes up, I mean you have a turn. You do. It's just
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really want to hold an action. I'm not. It's that's I still don't like. So I could.
Just popping up. Do you need me to? Delete
I
these, or are
know.
they just being trapped?
No,
Just
no,
like-
no. I'm using them.
He said no. I'm doing something. Leave me alone.
Sitting here like, so some shit's about to go down. That's for sure.
What he's doing, he's getting
Blindness.
ready for,
Darkness.
but he can just pull him over and just be like, hey,
No,
I
it's not,
already
a bad,
made
it's not a bad idea. It's just like, all I'm saying is, I see the ominous shapes appear, and I'm like, fucking, he's measuring them out over people. I'm like, all right, well, something's about to go down.
Strategy,
Yeah.
man. I thought we were a murder hobo party.
It's the equivalent of while someone else is having
the
their
hacks.
turn, the other one's walking around with a tape measure, measuring off distances
Yeah,
from
exactly.
enemies.
Exactly.
Oh no, you're fine. Please continue.
What
I
we
just,
don't
I just
know
had to
is,
check
like,
something.
Kara and Mallow are
He's
currently
like-
sneaking around the back line, just like setting up mines for them to run into when they run away from the party or the magic.
Cameron's not here right now.
I know,
I'm sorry, I
still.
can't help you.
You have an MO, okay?
Yeah, no, I wanna I just want to motion for
The two
old
to go.
Pluzek and
Okay. But like I said, you
Mace.
don't want to hold an action or anything. You're just gonna
no,
leave
no,
them.
because I could hold an action to like attack if someone attacked me or something
Right.
like that.
Yes,
I
correct.
guess.
Yeah.
And then that doesn't use my action.
It holds you, so it does use your
Yeah.
action if that occurs, but if nothing occurs that sets your action off, then it's just nothing happened. So basically, it would be, same as if you just ended your turn without doing anything. But it holds that
Yeah.
action all the way until the start of your next turn. So anytime before that, if the action happens or the trigger happens, it will occur. So your call.
And then it doesn't use like my action from my turn, so you get like a free
No.
extra
Yeah. So
attack.
what you're doing is essentially you're getting rid of your reaction. You're using that to delay your attack. So you're saying, I'm going to hold
Okay.
my sword and wait, and then if something comes and does something that makes me mad, I'm going to attack then. As you know, so if something comes up, you can't opportunity attack. You can't like use any of your other reactions since it's being used to delay that action. But you still get that action that you chose to hold, as opposed to just losing everything. Well, not losing everything. You'd still get a reaction, I guess, at best. But you get what I'm
lose
saying.
everything.
You get what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
good. I'm not holding anything.
Perfect. No problem at all. All right. So it is technically this thing's turn next, but it's just for the most part going to kind of turn around and call out to the people behind it. You can move up there, Pluzak. It's fine. You and Mace are both actually next. So you as well, Mace, if you want to move, you'll get your actions in turn. But so it turns around, looks over its shoulder, and yells back in Orcish. So technically the only one who understands is Leif. But oi, boys, look, Leif! We got ourselves I think a little bit of a halfling here and his friends. They're going to help us. And you can hear the sarcasm in its voice, of course. But
I don't trust this at all.
yeah,
You're
do you
right,
speak Orcish, Harrison?
Don't-
Because just to remind you, you would hear them grunting, but you wouldn't know what actually is being said if you don't.
I
but-
speak Common, Deep, Dwarvish, Elvish, and Giant.
Yeah. So the only person I think in the party who actually speaks Orcish is actually Leif. So he's the only one who understands the words that they've been saying recently. But otherwise, Mace, it is your turn.
Am I like are we moving
it's
on
your turn proper
initiative? That's
now.
kind of why.
Yeah,
Okay,
we're in
I see.
initiative. It's your turn proper. I mean, again, it's no one's really fighting
Yeah,
yet.
because I saw
but-
Blue's move and I wasn't sure.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, well, we were
Yes,
told
you
to,
are.
like,
Yeah, so you
move
are
up.
locked to your movement and your actions and all that. But yeah, we're doing it that way.
So has Leif told us what's going on? Because this is all in
No.
Orcish, isn't it?
So he called
No.
you up to him at this point, but no, he hasn't clarified anything.
Okay, I mean, I'll just move up and, well, now getting a closer look at them and seeing that they are orcs, right? They are.
Yes, it is most certainly orcs, especially judging by you wouldn't understand the language, but we'll say that it's got a distinct tone.
I played
like,
enough World of Warcraft, yeah.
Exactly. Mace has always got it running in the background.
Exactly. Yeah, he would actually talk, like, direct himself to Leif in common and just say, so what's the situation, boss?
I would relay everything, just be like, I guess these crates are full of food, and they're just trying to get it back, because they said the humans have taken everything, all of their food. They don't really have much, so they commandeered these crates and have filled them with food to take home. They just asked if we could help them and show them on their way. Then I'm going to talk to Mace in his fucking mind with my slug, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Forgetting about that.
Oh yeah, old sluggy.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say, they said that they would, if we helped them, they would leave us without fighting, essentially.
Oh, they're already hostile? Okay.
They haven't. I mean, they didn't really fucking. They just kind of made some innuendos, but I don't know where they got this food and stuff. I think some research should be done while we help them, because it's quite possible that they're just robbing the towns for this
It
stuff.
does sound like it. I mean, I'm not able to respond, I don't think, right? So
No, you can. No, you can
Not
respond.
telepathically.
Yeah, no, you can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think
I'm pretty sure
yeah,
mine.
This is
mine
flavor
does.
texted a little different because it's supposed to work like the psi crystal and like well, even more so, like the
right.
telepathy of the mind flayers.
Whatever they were. Yeah.
So yeah, in this instance, if he has a connection with someone, I think technically he's supposed to cast like spell. I'm just gonna let you have it for right now because I don't want to look it up. But yeah, we'll say you can return a thought to him.
Okay.
Keep it pretty
Yeah.
short, but or you can always talk out loud for free action. Yeah,
No, I mean, I'll telepathically just respond saying, let's find out more.
Yes. Yes.
So do you
So
wish
I mean,
to?
I guess in this scenario, I guess I'd just be really following Leif's lead since he is the one that's kind of taking point here.
Absolutely, totally fine. Do you want to hold an action of any sort? Same question as I asked Leif.
I'd hold an action to attack if and when I see I guess bad faith action. I don't know how to call it. Like
Yeah, so
anything.
we'll just say, if someone attacks you or your team. Makes
Sure.
sense? Yeah. Um, yeah, fair enough. Pluzak, so you are technically after. So you move up. You definitely hear what they were talking about learning more. Anything you wish to do?
Um, Leif, what
Yes.
direction do they want to go back home?
South.
So they're going the wrong way.
They were, yes. I think that's who we saw in the campfire. They said they got turned around in the storm.
Did you tell them?
No. We can tell them. Well, I guess I'll telepathically tell Pluzak that we can tell him any direction that we want. If we have to.
Okay. I am going to ready the spell
Mm-mm.
enlarge reduce
Ooh.
on Mace.
All right.
Oh shit!
So,
Angry mate.
The
The
trigger will be what?
Yeah, the trigger is.
You alright, bud?
I'll turn to Mace and I'll say to Mace, if you say the soup is bad, you will be large.
Okay. Understood.
So that's the trigger. The trigger is him saying the soup is bad.
Soup makes me
Okay.
grow strong.
Absolutely.
Eat your soup, kids.
So that's fantastic. No, it's a good choice.
Oh no, it's the
I will tell
Campbell's
you as
man.
well, Fred. I think we might have talked about this before, but again, with the way I do held actions, I think that you're giving up your reaction to delay your choice of how things work. So if you end up not casting the spell, you don't lose the spell slot. It's
Okay.
I don't see any reason for that to. I mean, you are literally just delaying the choice of when you choose to act or not act. So,
Right.
yeah, it's not an issue to me. If it truly proves to be a game problem later down the line, then we'll discuss it as spellcasters. But for right now, you're fine. If not, so you hold that, and you would notice as I think it's this.
And
One second,
can I
sorry.
also
Okay, we'll do
check
this.
to see what obviously it looks like there's somebody else there with flags on his
Yes.
back or
Okay.
something.
So yes. So here's what happens in general. As you're holding that action, you would notice that yeah, these guys at the southern crates, they do start to kind of gather around a little more, try and watch towards you guys. They stop working for a moment, just to see what's happening now that something has been brought to their attention, right? But they don't seem to be readying anything. They're not they don't have weapons in hands at the moment or anything like that. Um, the one with the flag also turns and looks in your direction, but it's not his turn yet, so he's not going to quite do anything at the moment. But you would be able to tell he's distinctly dressed very differently from the others. He seems to be kind of commanding these other troops that all seem, much more like normal orcs. So you would kind of guesstimate that maybe he's somewhat in charge or something related to it. Whereas this other one who's closer has like a staff, and you can kind of tell that they are maybe a little bit more. What's the right term? I wouldn't say intelligent because they don't seem smarter at glance, but more aware. Maybe more of a someone who thinks than some of these other orcs in the back who seem very meat-headed. But in general, that's just kind of your quick assessment of what's in front of you. And you would definitely see a sized large creature behind the boxes just kind of moving stuff. It seems like it doesn't even really take much note when it's called out about you guys. So that one just doesn't seem too much interested in you guys. But currently, Kara, after they move up to kind of take a glance over towards the visible party, it is in fact your turn. So if you want to do your crawl up to that location, feel free. You're not really doing anything to break stealth, I'm assuming.
Trying not to. I'm
You-
hoping that with the white wings that I'm
Yeah.
completely
So
blending
do
with
you
the
want
snow.
to do a held action with your short bow or something? I think you have one, right?
No, because if battle happens, I'm gonna have to wait until my turn happens anyway to do what I want to do.
Set the world ablaze.
Actually, yeah, I'm gonna hold action to Hunter's Mark. Big fuck with the axe.
All right, that's a cool idea. Alrighty, I think that's fair. Yeah, sure. So if you, I guess we'll do it this way. If you see, I guess I should ask you, what is your intended trigger?
Combat begins. Mark man with axe.
So what would you define as combat begins? An
Blood is
enemy
drawn.
or a teammate swings at someone else?
Blood is drawn.
Blood has to be drawn. Okay, so if something doesn't hit, it doesn't count.
Once we're in full-on combat and someone has drawn blood, then I will do that. Yes.
Okay.
Once an attack is made, might be a better
Yeah,
way.
that's kind of what I mean. So if that's a difference. If an attack is made, then whether they hit or miss, you can go. If blood is drawn, they'd have to hit. That's the distinction I would see. So which way do you want to go about it?
Attacks happen.
Gotcha. Fair
I
enough.
mean, blood
No,
drawn
you're
means
fine.
someone attacks in my brain. If we're
That's
going
fine.
for the
Just-
literal
well,
nitty-gritty.
I just wanted to make sure. That's all. But yeah, that's why I didn't just accept it and move on. Okay, totally fine. So if attacks happen, and then it is the one with the flags. So he actually at this point turns and looks over to you guys, and he walks over next to this other one. And Leif, you would actually notice that he seems to be staring directly at you, and he's kind of tapping his chin a little. And he seems to ask, in Orcish, "Oi, I know you from somewhere."
Boy.
Where's that?
That's what I'm asking.
You seem to have brought it up.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm asking you. Do I know you from somewhere?
I feel like I would remember somebody with flags attached to them.
These flags are not... Yeah, god damn, I hate these fucking things. Listen, they're for commanding in battle. Learned it from a guy who was a mercenary captain of my troop back in the day. So I don't know why I'm telling you my life story. Why do I recognize you? You can try and always choose to do, like a history check or something. See if you could figure out why he might think that.
Oh, yes, history checks. Yes.
History check or an insight check. Whatever you think Leif might try and use to figure out what's going on.
Let's see what history it was. 10. 10's
10's
10,
pretty
yeah.
good. So you don't remember this orc at all. He doesn't really look familiar to you per se. But the specific terms that he used, commanding troops in battle with flags, being taught by a mercenary troop. A quick question just comes to your mind. Did he work for Dad?
That's what I was gonna ask him if he knew my father. Yeah, I guess I'd ask him. Perhaps you knew my father.
You're not supposed to know who that is just by my father. I mean, you know how many orcs go around forcing themselves on human ladies. It's not what do you want from me. Who's your dad? What's his name, boy?
I want to pull out my sword for Fortunia, and just kind of rest it over my shoulder.
Interesting choice. Okay. So as you do that, I know this is not your intention, but I need you to do me a favor and do an intimidation roll. Okay, that's fine. So you're casual enough about this action
Nice.
that as this greatsword comes out of its scabbard and you go to rest it on your shoulder, you don't really, the whole party's like, okay, yeah, he's just clearly showing it off. But even then, this guy's face seems to sink. He most certainly recognizes that sword, and he very quickly returns his gaze from its blade to your face. You're Kongr's kid? No. What the fuck you doing out here?
We were wondering what you guys were doing out here. Crates of
Nothing.
food.
We ain't doing nothing out here. Nothing. Turns around. Everyone, park the crates. Get them going. We're moving now. Don't care which direction.
Is this all an orc?
Yes.
I'm gonna look at Pluzak and Mace and just tell it, because all they've seen is people sort out. Just tell them, now that they know who my father is and I have this, they seem to not want anything to do with us anymore.
Murder them.
It's interesting because you do say that, and of course, conversation's still going on in the background. The one with the staff next to him clearly is taken aback at this change of pace, and
What the hell? What are we doing? Why are we moving? You can't just tell us that suddenly. We don't even know where we're going. What the fuck's going on?
he's like, "You don't know? No, listen. If Kongr finds out what we're doing here, we can't be here. All right, we gotta go. Go now. Grab our stuff. Go now."
Go on, pee. Okay. Go pee.
You go pee, Harrison.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you need to, we can. You don't need our permission, man.
Thank you.
I'd ask him again, what exactly are you guys doing out here?
We are just trying to survive, okay? Just getting some food, bringing it back to our people. Same thing your dad used to do, right? You know, help us all survive, keep us all in line, keep us all safe and fed and all. Just trying to do like him, that's all. You
So
won't
if
harm
I-
my people.
So if I told my dad what you're doing out here, he'd be fine with that.
He's the one who told me to spread the message of how his orcish kind are good kind and all that.
So he told you all that.
I want you to do an insight check for me, by the way.
Yes.
Actually, I'm going to-
Would I catch anything like is giant close to
Nope.
orcish?
Not really. So, yeah, I mean, he's stumbling over his words, but you would believe him for the most part.
Can I move?
Not currently. So, if you don't want to say anything else, then we will just progress further forward. The three northern
yeah,
orcs, you would quickly see actually do exactly as he says, and they start kind of surrounding and seeming to grab these crates and try and prep as if getting ready to move them again. One of them even starts like trying to load a crate onto the big guy's back. That seems particularly heavy and large. The big thing at that
Easy.
point like kind of hefts it up and he starts getting ready to carry it. Mallow, at that point it would technically be your turn, so if you want to move up with Kara and do like a held action or something, you can still do so.
I thought they wanted our help.
Great point, Pluzak. So did
They
I.
seem to be leaving without us.
Yeah, they're
Is
obviously.
Because of my smell?
This time, it's not. They seem to be doing something they're not supposed to out here. So.
And we're just letting that happen.
Oh no, I don't think that we should, but I think we do need to fully understand what's happening before we make any rash decisions.
Also, why do you take out the blade?
I've been muted this entire time.
Oh, yeah, that would help.
Can I still be stealth here? Would I still be hidden?
Yeah, until you do something to come out of stealth,
Okay.
then you're on the same hide.
Okay.
So you're just gonna
Actually,
chill there. Do you want to
I'm
hold
gonna go
something?
here. I'm gonna go here.
Okay.
And use the shadow of the log. Yeah, I'm gonna go in the log.
Okay.
So that then I'm in darkness.
Yeah, I see what you're going for. Okay. And you're just gonna
And
wait there, or you trying to do something now?
I'm going to wait there and hold
Okay.
my shadow step action, bonus action.
All right, I'll let you do that. What's the trigger? And if your intention is to warp, I'm assuming you're going to try and attack as well in that same motion.
Yes.
All right, so I'll let you hold the bonus action shadow step and one of your 2 attacks per action, just because otherwise, that way it's 2 things happening as opposed to 2 attacks per action like it would be normal for a held action. Because normally you're not supposed to be able to hold the bonus action part.
Oh well, then hold on. Let me.
It's okay. I'm still going to let you do it. I'm just saying you wouldn't get 2 attacks per action after coming out of it. You would just get the 1 with the held action. That's all. But you can still do it.
What I want to ask is, what has Mallow like? Because obviously all these conversations are going on and everything. What has Mallow noticed? Like, what has Mallow been able to
A whole
ascertain
bunch
from
of
the
grunting.
situation?
You would have heard the common towards the beginning where the person was asking for Leif's help, quote unquote, at least at the first couple lines. you would have seen a lot of the gesturing that's going on, so the staffed one would have turned around, and you would have watched the first three kind of turn and see who was approaching. You would have definitely noticed when the flagged one kind of walked over. He, would have seen Leif draw his sword, and then all of a sudden the demeanor of everyone kind of shifted. The flagged one turned around and started yelling out in a much more serious manner, and a whole bunch of the orcs, started to jump into action and like grab the crates and get more, active than they were. And then the entire time, there's just been a whole bunch of like grunting, orcish grunting. That some of it has been, in between these orcs themselves, clearly, but every once in a while, it's very clear that some of it's directed towards Leif, and he returns with some of it as well. You would have seen and heard all that happening. You just wouldn't know the context of what was being said per se.
Can I still talk to Kara?
I'll say that you will. You can talk to her as like while you were crawling. This will still be where you end up, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Kara, what do you want to do?
Until we're needed, nothing.
I don't trust this. I don't trust this at all. You just want to wait until something happens?
I don't think we should make the first move.
All right, I'm going to trust you on this. The moment I see something go south, I'm going full tilt.
As you should.
Okay. I'll hold the bonus action in one of my attacks.
I do know that Kara right now is going, man, 10 years did some good for him.
I'm gonna hold the bonus action if I sense aggression from either side.
We'll do the same thing that Chris was kind of going for with his if as soon as a swing is swung, like that's when the fight starts.
My thing though more so is because I don't want them to get out of range.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So you want to put the caveat on like.
Everything's within range.
Yeah, you should be fine. So I wouldn't worry about much enough. Yeah, even your party members are, right? So as long as they are, then you're fine. Yeah, because realistically, the worst, the only thing that might happen is if the orcs turn and run and like just flee, right? But at that point,
if they turn around, we don't have to do shit.
Right. So, hold action for the same thing as Kara for the most part.
If that's the case, it might be better that I don't hold that bonus action, and then I can use a movement the next action, bonus action.
You can't use any movement because you're out of movement for this held. Like, you move 45 feet here, right?
No, no, I get that. But what I'm stating is if I don't hold my action to bonus action, do that, I can use movement and my bonus action to...
It's two separate turns. What you're doing right now is choosing to either, use the action and bonus action you still have left this turn. You're out of movement this turn. Once your turn starts, like once you get back to your turn in the turn order again, you have your full kit again, but that the held action goes away. If it didn't happen, then you lost it. If it happened, then it did happen. But yeah, it's two separate turns, two separate things. So
okay, then I'll hold my bonus action if I sense aggression from either side.
Yeah, same thing as Kara. Someone swings, then you're in it. Here go.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be like they don't need to get close enough to actually start it. But if I notice that they are going after each other, then I'm going to teleport. They don't have to physically actually get in the altercation.
I'll still probably do it where it's once a swing occurs, but you will be able to jump in mid action on their part. No problem. Okay. Gotcha. Kara could probably do the same realistically, but okay. In that case, let me flip the turn order again off of you. And that puts us back at Leif.
Nice. Can I go walk my dog real quick? Like 5 minutes?
Absolutely. Do you want to...
I just want to do it before... I can do my turn first and go do it. I just didn't want to get into combat.
Are you going to talk to them?
Yeah, I want to. But I can do it.
Go walk your dog
I can do
first,
it.
It might take longer. It's okay.
Okay, I'm going to go do the same then if we're going to take...
That's fine. It's, at 7:30, I need to go get the dog bones anyway, so let's just take our 7 o'clock stretch.
All right, perfect.
Okay.
Works pretty well. I see muted Fluzak. Do we have Blake and Harrison?
Haven't heard of them just yet.
That's fine. Probably still doing dog stuff. Just figured it out.
All right.
Blake's here. That's good.
My bad.
It's okay. You're the only one we really need. You're the only one who speaks Orc.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard though because I'm not drinking, so I don't speak it fluently right now.
That's okay. You like my Cockney Orcs?
Your cock what?
Cockney Orcs. Close enough to it as best I can do. Really.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I do like it. They sound more like orcs than my character.
Your character's only half orc. You
Mm.
don't need to sound like a whole orc. Just only when you're drinking, like you said.
The orc really comes out when I drink heavy.
He goes real oonga booga.
I'm really enjoying having 2 party members that are just like hiding in the shadows.
Waiting.
In the bushes of love.
The best part is you actually don't really know where they are right now either, right? You lost track of where they went
Yeah.
after a certain point. So technically, none of your characters are aware where they are. You're just like, we got 2 snakes in the grass. Mm.
We just hope that they're here too.
Yeah,
We're
that's
like,
fair.
"Man,
They could have
we,
just fucked up.
we
For all
hope
we
we
know,
got 2
Mallow,
snakes in the
Mallow and
grass.
Kara are now having like a secret love affair. He finally won her over with the
This
whole.
is the only environment where Kara can literally just lie down in the snow and cover herself with her wings and be completely stealth.
herself and Mallow, for all you know.
Oh,
Right,
yeah.
party?
They gotta
He
stay
finally
warm, right?
ingratiated himself, got those motherly instincts going. Oh no.
They-
Gonna
So by
have-
your own distinction, it's motherly instinct. So she sees him as a child.
Yeah, there's a whole genre for
Oh
that.
no. Yeah, there's a whole genre for that. Pornhub would disagree, apparently. Oh
Hmm.
no.
But Twitch wouldn't.
But which?
Twitch.
Oh, Twitch, yeah. No, as long as you're doing body paint, then they'd be okay with it.
Not anymore.
And you don't even have to do
They're
that
full
anymore.
on naked now.
They did technically rescind that guideline as far as I'm aware, but yeah.
When?
Because
last I saw,
they
last
changed
I heard
it. They
was
changed
still
it for a total of like 48 hours, but they also
No,
because
they
they
didn't.
changed the art policy at the same time,
No, they didn't.
and then they realized that people were drawing
Black
really
bars.
really heinous stuff.
What are you talking about?
Some like Rule 35 shit.
All right. Regardless, sounds like everybody's here at this point, so get back into it. We're coming back to Leif's turn still, technically. So, how do you wish to do? How do you?
Ho-do-do.
What do you do?
Ho-do-do.
Woo-woo.
Well, look at Pluzak and Mace and just tell them. I guess we better figure
Oh,
out
yeah,
what's in these crates and where they got them from before they run out of here.
To be fair, you're the one with the common link here. Even if we asked to look at them without your consent, I don't think they'd let us approach.
Why don't you ask them for some food?
That's kind of my plan.
Is it?
Yes, and it's always been that. I always had that thought, not just now. I didn't just think of it. I thought of it before.
At all times, I have my clones thinking of things.
Yeah, back in the house, the dead ones that I can't access anymore.
I just pull my cloak back, and there's a bunch of mini Leifs, like little tiny echoes inside, just
With
like on,
typewriters.
yeah, just typing away. Exactly. Yeah, boss. Sounds like that's a great idea.
Here's a plan. Here's a thought.
The problem is
Send
they
it.
all have like a 1/100th size brain, so they're all like
Yeah.
1/100th the intelligence of Leif.
Yeah, definitely. Give 'em-
Monkeys
give
and
'em some
typewriters,
fish.
man.
Eventually,
I'm
you'll get a
just
Shakespeare.
smacking them like penguins trying to type.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
God.
Okay, anyway, so what is
Alright.
it that you're actually going to do?
I want to move up this. I don't like this new interface on Roll20.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah, I want to go up here to them, and ask them. I want to move
Okay,
up here.
so as you approach again,
Yeah.
no, you're fine. You can go up there.
Okay.
I just need you to once more do me an intimidation roll.
This is a 20.
13's
No.
pretty good. Okay.
What are you? Am I trying to intimidate them here?
You are not trying to,
You are
but the
intimidating.
effect that you are having on them right now is very intimidating. Yes. So you might not be meaning for this to occur, but it is occurring. But yeah, so at that point, as you're approaching, you kind of see the one with the flags is very much shying away from you, while the one with the staff is just looking at him like incredulously, like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? What else, you know?" But as you do approach, he's, well, listen, I didn't even know that Kongr had a kid, alright? So I don't, what are you even doing out here? Last time, he wasn't nowhere near the Icewind Dale.
Well, he's around. So what do you have in these boxes?
just food and supplies. You know, the things that they're gonna get us through the the cold and make sure we don't starve and die and all that.
Right. And where did you get this stuff?
Yeah, just around here and there and places you find things, and it's when you travel in the tundras, and you know.
And
Yeah.
do me another insight check.
There it is.
You believe him. You think that as far as it makes sense to you. You have found so much stuff here and there. I mean, think about it.
You've seen things grow on trees.
Why am I so dumb? This
Yeah,
character's so
you see-
stupid.
You see fields of
No, I mean
plants
literally
and
though.
crops.
Honestly, in all honesty, like going back, even not joking, Leif just goes, "Oh yeah, I opened that grave once, and there was those magic things, and I find fish all over the place, lots of alcohol." Yeah, no, he's kind of right. There are things, places that does
There
just
is.
happen. So, according as far as you're aware, yeah, he's yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense. Do you guys have any provisions or supplies or anything you could spare?
Oh, yeah,
For us?
for you. He actually takes while he's stammering, he takes the bag off of his back. He opens it. He reaches his hand in, pulls out some jerky, looks down at it, puts it back in the bag, puts his bag on his back. Hey! And he yells at one of the other orcs, who quickly comes, jogging on up as much as he can. Yeah.
So,
He grabs
of
the bag off of
character.
his back, grabs some jerky out, and gives it to you. But it's kind of old and stale. Go ahead, Mace.
just
Urkel.
out of character, Leif, it might be a good time for you to ask your sword about this, because she probably knows him.
That's what I was thinking about doing when I was thought about that when I was walking up to them. I was like, "Fuck, I should ask my sword what she thought about it." But
Free actions for talk. I mean,
yeah, I don't know if it's weird for me to talk to my sword, just be talking to these people and then kind of turn around.
Leif, you're a half orc. You're weird to begin with.
That's This is coming from Turtle.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
I mean, yeah, fuck it. What do I care? I guess.
Takes one to know one.
I assume my sword is still slung over my shoulder.
Yeah,
I
you're
never
leaning
took
it against
down.
your shoulder right now. Just
Yeah.
casually.
I'm just gonna kind of whisper to it.
So, Fortunia, what do you think?
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. I'm gonna be like, Fortunia, do you remember these people?
It's Fortuna, and while I do not know all the faces of the village, I know exactly what he speaks of, or I should say I know exactly why he's acting the way he's acting.
They seem to know you very well.
They knew your father, and I by association.
Do you think this is something we should let them go about what they're doing? I mean, taking whatever they are taking for themselves. Who are we to stop them from?
I will tell you it wholeheartedly depends on you. I will say your father would have disapproved, but he is not you. You are not him. Do what you want.
Do you know why he would have disapproved?
That has more to do with what they are doing. Sorry, I should rephrase. That more has to do with how they acquired these things. The reason behind doing so, well, that is arguable.
That's more of my thoughts on the matter as well. Is we all have to do what we have to survive the winter, but I guess it depends on how they came across these things.
Seems you did learn something from your father after all.
I'm gonna ask him again. Yeah, this time I'm gonna look at the guy with the flags, old flag man that I still haven't asked his name. Can I ask Fortuna? Fortuna.
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 Mm-hmm.
I want to ask her.
Where'd you from?
Do you know his name? The guy with the flags.
Like I said, there were too many orcs to passing through your father's village, but if he was one of the mercenaries, he knows your father for sure, and like I said, would know me because of it. That's the extent. So no, she doesn't know him by name.
Right. Okay.
It's more
Um,
she understands why he recognizes her, right? So,
Well, well, thank you. I'm glad we could have this talk, and hopefully this doesn't lead to bloodshed. But if it does, I hope we can have a great time doing what we're about to do.
if you truly do wish to avoid bloodshed, it is very easy for you.
How so?
Just
Wait.
think back to what's been happening, boy. I'm not going to answer everything. All right. At this
Okay.
point, I am going to ask you to do, choose an action to hold or something. We're going to move forward just so other people can do some stuff.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I was pretty much just gonna try and figure out where they got these boxes from. So
Okay. So as the party continues to do things, if conversation continues, of course, you can try. But yeah, in terms of actions and things, you're good.
yeah, I don't really have anything to hold here.
All right. So the one on your left, the orc on your left, at that point they're just.
All right, well,
Excuse me.
hey, I guess if we're going, we have to be leaving. I'm just gonna fucking help, I guess.
Just turns around, kind of exasperated, and starts sauntering off towards the boxes. And most of the other orcs, I will tell you, Pluzak and Mace, you would have an opportunity to do anything before this happens. You do both kind of come in the tournament before this, but the other 3 orcs that are here would otherwise just kind of return to these boxes and also start just kind of, doing general stuff around the boxes, like that. Grabbing them, making sure they're all packaged tight enough, getting them ready for transport, all that stuff. But technically, it is Mace's turn. Like I said, if you wanted to do anything in regards to any of them before they went over there, you still have the opportunity.
Oh, he's still chatting with this banner orc.
The banner orc almost seems to refuse to look away from Leif. Is almost the best way to put it. Yeah. So they're not necessarily talking. If anything, you would see that Leif has kind of got his head turned towards his sword, so you're not really sure what's going on, but you don't hear them speaking Orcish to each other currently or anything.
Okay. I'm gonna walk up to Leif.
Or I should say short of what was already, said before that point, because technically, also
Yeah.
6 seconds and all that, but...
I'm just gonna walk up to him and just pull him to the side a little bit.
Yep.
And,
The flag one sees you coming. He eyes you warily, but otherwise he lets you do what you want, since, you're with Leif.
And I guess I'm just in a low voice, kind of whispering, just enough that I can't be heard. I'm gonna tell him, I know this is not the best timing, but I think this is your moment to make a choice. I mean, realistically, it doesn't matter where they got it from. We kind of get a clear picture of how they got it. And if these people are the way you say they are and they have ties to you, well, in a way, you're the rightful heir, right? So you have a choice here. Walk away, avoid bloodshed, and shut your eyes as to whatever this piece of your legacy turns into, or try to take charge, accept whatever consequences come from it, potentially perish, knowing that you stood up for something. I just figured that considering everything that's going on right now, and that's happened so far, you might need a little clarity. I know I did. And with that, I'm just gonna take a step back. And that's gonna be my turn, really. I'm gonna hold an action to attack should combat start.
I hope this works right. There we
I'll give Kanza a small fist bump.
But otherwise, yeah, so Mace, that's what you do. Sorry, did you say you want to hold anything? I was busy trying to make
Yeah,
sure that
an
we do
action to
everything
just attack whenever combat starts.
right. Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to assume everyone's kind of doing the same, Kara's. If swinging happens, we're going. So that's fine. Pluzak, anything you're looking to do?
Is there a response from Leif when that happens?
In terms of what Mace has said, no, not yet. I don't think so.
Would you want to respond to that, Leif?
I'm just gonna like nod my head to Mace because now, like, I don't know. Now I'm gonna change what I'm thinking here. Whenever it comes back to me, I'm so bad at this game.
You're fine. Take your time. It's okay. Honestly, even just saying I need a second to think is totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You're not actually in the situation. You don't have to decide immediately.
Right now. Tell me right now.
6 seconds is up. Let's go.
Why are my feet
You didn't
so cold?
swing your sword fast enough in those 6 seconds. You only get one attack. Fuck you. Everyone's on
Jeez.
camera with like weapons.
I don't like
This DM
playing
sucks.
with Rick. I hate Rick.
Oh god.
You're winded from your long travels. Everyone do jumping
yeah,
jacks.
Exactly. I don't hear you breathing hard enough. Except for you.
You have exhaustion.
Except for you, fatty. You're breathing plenty hard. You can sit down.
You can
It's like,
sit.
oh man, he's getting even worse.
You can't. I want you to not sleep the night before D&D. You have,
Yeah,
have
you guys
level
got
1
woken up.
exhaustion.
You guys got woken up during your last long rest, so no, okay. Listen, let's go back on topic so that we can at least get more people's turns. Do you want to say anything back, much to Pluzak's point?
To Mace.
Yeah, after what Mace had said, or do you need to take a
Yeah,
second? That's fine.
No, I mean that's fine. That's I guess I'd be like, I think you're right here, and there's no way we can let what they are trying to do, or what we can't let this go unchecked. So I would prepare yourself for what is going to happen.
You're saying that's to Mace? Yeah. Okay.
To Mace, yeah, and then
Okay.
I'm gonna
So
fucking
Pluzak, you're kind of
dick check this dude.
you know they're talking in common low, but you're paying attention and you kind of can see their lips moving, and even though it's not that character, you're still making enough words out that you're like, okay, yeah, I get what they're saying. So you're at least informed. But is there anything you want to do with this turn?
Me?
Yes, it is still technically your
Fuck
turn.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna move up next to my
Robo
human
homie.
armor. And
You're building this strat back in. All right.
I'm gonna
Hey, man, I don't have a shield
say
anymore. I gotta do what I can.
yeah. Do you want this on square or like off square?
For what?
This is a DM question for a spell.
What do you mean
Like
on
how-
square or off square? What do you mean?
So this is going halfway through a square, right? This is on a square.
Yeah. So usually if it's 50% covered or more, it'll count. I would say just about everything in the square right now would probably be hit. Especially because they are pretty grouped around the boxes. So I would say the only ones that escape whatever effect it is probably this northmost one currently.
So I could do like this, what you're saying.
Absolutely could. Yeah, that would be fine.
Okay.
That, if anything, that's the better positioning than the first one.
So I'm gonna say what I think Mace was trying to say is stop right there. And I'm gonna cast web from the Wand of Web.
Ah, okay. So let me see if that's in the compendium yet, because it looks like they updated it.
Nice. They've shown the bat signal.
Okay, spells web. Awesome, it is here now. Can I roll it?
Let me know when I can
to-
teleport.
Yeah, hold on. So no one is really swinging yet, so I don't know that would happen yet. but we'll see.
It's a Dex 15.
Can I? Okay, Dex 15 for you. I can't roll it to chat, but that's fine. All right.
So it says each creature that starts its turn in the webs or that enters them during their turn must make dexterity saving throw and fail. The creature is restrained as long as it remains in the webs or until it breaks free.
So are you trying to anchor the web between the crates essentially? Because it also says if the webs
Yeah,
aren't
well-
anchored between two solid masses such as walls or trees, the layer or layered across the floor. So your goal is to just splatter across the floor then.
Yeah, I just kind of like want to splat it across all this 20
Okay.
foot, right? So it just
Okay.
kind of
Yeah, and I would even say with your angle. So that's actually, I think, the one thing I would caveat you is this
Okay.
back guy. If the web is coming out from the wand towards them, would he get behind the crates? I guess it wouldn't matter theoretically, since it's supposed to be anything in the.
yeah. I wasn't sure if
Well,
it's like
but
a
he's
top
behind-
down.
What I'll do is I'll probably give
Right.
him. He's behind cover, so he's going to get extra points on his roll, but
Okay.
he's still going to have to do the roll. I think. Yeah, that's probably fairest, most fair. There we go. Yeah. Okay. So you said DC 15. Dex saves
Dexterity.
for all of these motherfuckers. These motherfuckers. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 will do before I do that, guys. I guess. Dex saves.
I mean, I know this is not the best thing because they're probably all strong.
No. It's, well,
But
strong
Dex saves.
and Dex are different, right? So.
Well, to break free, it's strength, right? So
That's kind of true. We'll see.
hopefully we can ensnare them with dexterity.
Okay, so let me do this. We will count from this one. So that, and then I need to do this plus 5. Okay. You. Okay. DC 15, correct?
Would I get a +1 from my moon sickle? So would it be 16?
Okay.
Because the moon sickle does a +1 to spell attack rolls and the saving throw DCs. But it's a druid and ranger spell, so I don't think web is a druid ranger spell.
Yeah, and you're definitely not casting it as one because you're using it as a charge, right? So, no, I wouldn't say in this instance, but that's okay. One way or another. Let me do this last one. Oh yeah, good. Okay. So, the red dots all saved. Everyone else failed. So that means they're all restrained, correct?
Yes,
The
they're all
others-
restrained.
The others, once they start their turn there again, though, they have to try again. Let me reread.
Yeah, so each creature that starts its turn in the webs or that enters them during its turn must make dexterity saving throw.
One actually didn't even. Yeah, okay.
And to be restrained as long as it remains in the webs or until it breaks free. So I guess maybe they're not restrained
Once
until they
they're-
start their turn.
Yes, they would have to do the roll again at the start of their turn. If they fail it, they are restrained. If they succeed it, they can move out for free, essentially. And anytime
And
you
it's
are
difficult
restrained, it
terrain.
takes your action to break free, and then you can move out. But yeah, okay, definitely good utility.
And it's difficult terrain.
Yes, sir. Okay, very nice, very good utility use.
And they're flammable.
And they're flammable. Yes, that is correct. So you would all watch, as especially you two in cover. You don't hear the talking so much, the common. Maybe you, Kara, can pick up some words, but you're also the furthest away. But you watch, Mace walks up to Leif, lays a kind of hand on his back, shoulder blade sort of thing, talks to him in a low voice. You can kind of tell by the way they're hunched over. Leif kind of nods a little. Mace takes a step back. Pluzak walks over, says something loud enough that you can kind of pick it up, which is, what was your exact phrasing? You're not going anywhere, or hold on, or whatever. What did you say?
Yeah, stay right there.
Stay right there. That was it. So you
Well,
guys,
that's
you would
my
hear,
cue. I'm
you
going
would
to Hunter's
hear
Mark the large one.
definitely. Yeah. So you hear "stay right there," and you just watch this giant sticky web spit out of the stick that Pluzak's holding and splatter itself all over these boxes and most of the orcs. And several of them are already kind of trying to pick their feet up and clearly struggling and unable to, while several kind of ducked behind cover and got enough out of the way to not be too trapped. But yeah, so with that, Pluzak, I'm assuming that's the end of your turn. Anything else you want to do?
That's a good question. I haven't looked at bonus actions in a while.
Oh dear, he's got bonus actions, this kid.
Yeah, I guess I'm good.
Okay, he doesn't got bonus actions, this kid. Good to know. So with that, it's actually the northern 3 orcs get to move, or at least try, depending. So this guy, let's do another dex save. See if he makes it. Yes, he does. So he's going to be able to move out for free.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
You're fine.
Welcome back.
So he steps out of the web quick, and he looks down towards his captain with a questioning gaze. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's going to move forward. He's going to catch up. And until they are ordered, they're going to hold an attack action on anyone they are ordered to attack. The last one, I need to do a save. See if he can break free. It's against your strength DC, or your spell DC, Fred? for the strength saving throw?
Yeah, so I guess
Or is it set? Is all I got. Just not sure.
I would pick what the wand has, so DC 15 again, but it would be strength, obviously.
Okay. What is it if it's
So
your spell
dexterity.
save?
16.
Okay. Good to know. Okay. So we'll do the 15. I agree with you. Just go by what the wand says. He still won't pass either way, but it's good to know what it is.
Oh, actually, it says a creature restrained by the webs can use its action to make a strength check
Right, that's the one I
against
was
your
doing.
spell save DC.
Oh, it is you specifically? Okay, so then it would be the 16.
Yeah.
Again, it still does not pass either way, so it's not a problem. I just wasn't sure which way it worked. That's good to know. Okay. In that case, yeah, those 2 ones are prepped. The third is stuck in the webs. And Kara, it is your turn proper. So
The second
because
that should have
you-
started, I should have
yeah,
Hunter's Mark
well,
that guy.
so more so than before it started. It was more when the web came out. Yes, the guy will be Hunter's marked from that. Turn that off, and we'll do your target.
Do I get my bonus action teleport?
No, because yours was more in relation to when a fight actually started. I'm not considering the web an actual attack. That's why the other 2 have also not run over and swung at anybody. They're waiting to see if a fight does indeed start. Where is the fucking target that there used to be? There it is. It's all the way at the end. So that's your Hunter's Mark.
Thank you.
So it is your turn proper, though. That happened beforehand. Or before your turn started, I should
Would
say.
I need to re-roll stealth to approach closer and get to here?
You cast a spell, so yes, I would say you need to re-roll stealth. I will let you do stealth as a bonus action this turn, since you're already in a very stealthy position, short of the magic you cast. Okay, yeah.
I natted that.
Yep, very good start. So yeah, you feel very confident that you could probably continue crawling forward without them, seeing or hearing you.
Okay. I will hold my action to Giant's Might on target on combat beginning.
Giant's Might is a bonus action. If you hid, then I'm not.
Yeah,
gonna
I use my action to stealth.
Oh, you use your full action to stealth. Okay, so you're just gonna use bonus action. Gotcha. Okay, that's fine. Then. Sorry, I offered the bonus action hide. I didn't hear that. you were
I
doing the
missed
full
that
one.
part completely.
Yeah, I said if you wanted to, I'd let you do the bonus action hide. But if you want to do it that way, then that works too. I think that's totally fine.
I have this
Where
cool
is
image
that?
in mind
There
where
it is.
if combat does come to life, Kara's kind of buried partially in the snow, so she'll enlarge and fucking the wings will open up and just throw the snow everywhere to blind people.
It will definitely cover you as you do that. Okay. Yep. All right. So with that, we will move on. So the flagged guy at this point, he sees this web shoot out. He sees his, 2 of his soldiers moving up behind him to kind of help him, and his eyes grow really wide. He just turns towards you, Blake, and glares at Leif. Just,
Oh, hold on, what are you doing? I didn't. We don't want no trouble. Just let's go. We'll let you go. What's going on? Don't do this. Don't do this.
We both know my father would not allow this to happen.
Your father would be fine with me bringing food to my people, the same way that he always brought food to his. Why am I got to be stopped?
Not the way you came about this, and
Listen,
frankly,
go ahead.
we're not gonna allow this either.
So you're just gonna let your own kind die? You're gonna kill us, and then when we can't bring this food back to starving children, you're gonna let them die too, huh?
There's better ways to do this. We all know that. So you have 2 options here, it seems. Option 1 is you can fuck off. Option 2 is to try and stop us from stopping you, but I doubt that that's
I
something.
already told you I don't want to fight you. I know your father. I respected your father. He let me leave when I was seeing things different ways. Just because I'm doing things a little differently now, don't mean I don't respect the man. All right, that's why I'm doing this way and letting you be as you are. So why don't we just agree to respect each other? You let me take my food back. I didn't know, that you was gonna be upset in with how we do things. I could change that. It's okay. Just gotta let us have a chance.
That was your chance. This
Is
has happened.
Is this Orcish?
I guess ask. He would probably be responding in Orcus regardless because they don't speak common as well. But Leif might be
Okay.
talking in common. I don't know.
I'd rather be talking in common. That way, at least they're getting half of what's happening.
Yeah, so he's talking in Orcish back at you, but you would be speaking in common, which is fine. So you guys have half of it. You know that Leif is manning up to it. You would see that the other guy is definitely panicked. He doesn't have a weapon in hand just yet, and seems to be kind of doing general hand gestures of like placating or calming. So, but otherwise, so when he says, give us a second chance, you're saying no, is your intention?
Yes.
Okay. So he kind of looks panicked at you, at your two behind you.
Listen, just 'cause I respected your father, don't mean you deserve the same, boy. Last chance. We doing this?
And he pulls a weapon as he does, or as he says that. He is going to grab. I just want to make sure. So he pulls actually a great axe, which you would see up as very fitting, considering he says he's from your father's tribe, who you would know your dad was pretty proficient with the axe to begin with. He taught a lot of people how to use it as well. But yeah, he basically preps himself for a fight and just gives you one last chance to agree to disagree and back away.
No, I'm not. No, there's no standing
Okey
down.
doke.
I'm gonna look at my sword and just ask her. So I'm just gonna say, "Are you ready? Are you ready for this?"
Yep, 11 plus 6 is 17. I think that's under your AC now, right?
Yeah.
So he does try and swing at you. Misses the first one. Well, not even really misses. It hits your armor, but does not quite penetrate. And as he takes the axe back to try and swing one more time, his panic kind of makes him basically fall off balance a little. He doesn't fall down or anything, but he does, basically he's unable to even try a swing a second time. He will at that point as well, though, look over his shoulder and
You heard him, boys! Get 'em!
towards the two that have been holding their actions. So they're going to, I think this one has 5 more, and then this one can only go to here. They will try and help their chieftain, and one of them will swing his help attack at you. 9, 5, 14 will not hit. So again, this one moves up and swings at you, but your fancy new armor is doing its job for sure, as the axe kind of skids off the surface of the armor, and you seem no worse for wear currently. At that point, it is technically the turn of the other 3 orcs at the southern box. So let's see. One of them has already escaped, so he's going to do a dex save. Okay, so he's trapped, which means he can use his action to try and escape, I believe, because it's a saving throw on that one, and then this one is the action. Did you want to say something, Chris? Go ahead.
You have triggered my trap card.
Oh yeah, because
Enlarge.
starts. Yeah, you can do that. That's fine.
As with mine, once he's done.
You are at the bottom of the turn order. She's at the top, right? Earlier, where did?
But it was our
She
ready to
fall.
actions.
Yeah, I'm
for the
just trying to
surprise
figure out
round.
where yours started to see which one. Yeah, so you are still on the same one. Yeah, that's the problem with ready to actions, is just making sure that I'm using the right turns thing in the right turn. But yeah, so which target, I guess, are you trying to warp behind at this point, or warp near?
I guess there. That guy. I'll go
Yeah,
here.
you can move there. Go ahead. And you will get 1 attack at advantage. Very nice. Good thing you had the advantage. So 21 will
Yeah.
certainly hit. 7 bludgeoning. Very cool. Very cool, Kanye. All right.
I like the 0 equals 0.
I don't know why
I
it did
think it's
that.
from when you had sneak attack for that test. Okay, so he is you. Yes. 7. Okey-doke. Very nice. Yeah, so you smack him. He seems pretty surprised to suddenly have this guy behind him. But otherwise, it is still technically the turn of the others. The first guy failed the dex save. I'm going to do strength saves for the 3 of them to see if any of them could even escape this turn. Okay. So, this one manages to escape, but it's used its action to break out. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and I can only go there because the first 5 is 10 from moving out. So he starts charging this way, weapon in hand, but can't do much more. The other 2 are stuck, and then this one I think escapes unless it has a minus, right? Was it hit? No. This is the 15 or the 16, Fred? The strength save. I'm sorry.
16.
Okay. Oh, he still has plus on strength, so he's fine. Okay. It was 15 on die. But he's fine on it. So then this one as well, but he's going to do 10, 20, and 30, just barely making it out of the web this way. Any of these bonus actions? That is, but oh, actually, you know what? I did that out of order. I did the roll for him, but I think I have to wait on when he does that. I do indeed. He goes back here. I'll use the roll still, but he has to wait. It'll still be his turn, but he has to wait. Big guy. Big guy is actually the one I was thinking of. What are you? That many? Oh, yeah, 17 on die. Okay. So, 10, 5, 15, and 15. Okay. So this guy also gets over here, starts prepping himself with a javelin in hand, but he can't throw it just yet because action to escape. Mallow, your turn.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean that's why holding actions can be really, really nice, because you can actually, instigate yourself in a round that you might not have been able to.
All right.
Initiate yourself, I might be the term better, but whatever.
I still have advantage on this guy.
From flanking with Leif, correct.
So we're just gonna beat the shit out of him.
Okie dokie. 12 will not.
Jesus Christ.
14 is fine. Yes, that'll hit. 7 more. Okay.
And then one more unarmed.
Okie doke. 16. Okie doke. How much? 10 bludgeoning. Okay. So with that, he will fall under your blows, crumple to the ground. And the captain.
No, no, it's not what this is supposed to be. You guys had hidden one. That's not fair.
Looks over his shoulder.
Where the fuck did she come from?
Big titties just out there.
Hey, look at the fucking wings on that thing. How did I miss that?
That's what we're staring at. The wings.
You do hear a couple of Orcish in the background, though, that are just like,
oh my god, it's an angel. Is she here to take us? I'd let an angel take me. I'd take an angel.
they're clearly getting into it. Anything else, Mello? I don't think so, but any movement? Okay.
Is he muted?
Maybe, or he's not here. You there?
Did he crash? Maybe a blue screen.
he
He
might
had
have,
blue
yeah.
screen
No, I'm
all
back.
night.
Okay.
I'm back, sorry.
That's
I
all right.
was
Oh, no.
muted.
Yeah,
Just wanted to make sure that was all you were looking to do.
Yeah, no, that's my action bonus action. So all that I have left is reactions. So
Alright, that's fine. If you're done then, we will move to Leif.
Oh, yo. I want... Yeah, that's fine. I'm just going to sidestep here. That way I can cast an echo across for advantage on this little fuck.
Okay.
And then we're gonna...
I was just about to do that.
Smack the shit out of him. Well, you didn't. 11, 26, 15, and then we'll... Is that a bonus action? Yeah, we'll unleash Incarnation, and we'll do it again. Fuck this guy. 23, we're still smacking. We'll re-roll that
Okay,
one.
sorry, hold on. Which one are you
For
swinging at? The
13.
mid here?
Yeah, the guy at the,
Okay,
yeah, with the flags. 29?
Give me 1 sec.
29 damage total?
Absolutely.
I assumed a 21 hit. That was
No,
the
you're good
lowest
on all
one.
that. Yep.
Okay.
I would have stopped you if that was the problem.
That's okay.
I just missed which guy you were swinging them all at. I want to make sure I was applying it to the right one. All right. Anything else?
9 damage. Jeez.
I'm going to move my echo here.
Move your echo there.
He just moved
Okay.
up.
Yep. No,
diagonal.
it's just if you're doing that, he will take
Yeah.
a swipe at the echo.
Yeah.
All right. Echo's AC is 17 still.
That's what I was about to check. I haven't fucking seen it. Yes, 17.
Okay. So your echo gets hit. It will disappear. Very nice. Okay. With that, I'm assuming you're done though?
Yes.
Alright, so then it is this guy's turn now. He's going to do the same thing as before, barely make it out of here with his save roll. He does have one thing he can do as a bonus action. He is going to suddenly, move his hands in a mystical way, chant in Orcish, and he will pop in to this space a little spear. That was supposed to be more of a triangular spearhead. So a magical spear suddenly starts floating there, and let's make sure I'm doing this correct way, but I think it can still swing at mellow on summon, right? When you cast, you can make a melee spell attack. Yeah, so Mellow, your new AC is 18 or 17?
18.
Okay, 14 damage. As this spear, this magical spear, kind of forms in the space in between you and the orc to your east, and jabs out at you. You would note that the damage, though, is technically force damage, not piercing,
Okay.
as it does hit you. But yeah, otherwise that is absolutely all it can do. Mace, you're up.
Okay. I'm, I guess, just going to say that the soup's gone bad, I guess. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, never mind. It's fine.
I mean, you could. I'm sure Pluzak would be more than willing to cast this spell still.
No.
Yeah, it's just not ready to.
Yeah, it's just not ready,
Yeah,
but it
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
mean you
It
can't
does,
ask
it's
for
fine.
it with the pass raise. So
Totally fine. But even then, I'm just gonna walk up to here. I think. Actually, I'll go here.
alrighty. Fuck him up, boy. What you doing?
And yeah, I mean, I'll just whack him.
Give him the old 1-2.
Yeah. Why is this? Hold on. What is damage on this? Ah, that's why. Gotcha. Okay. So 1 and 2. I don't think either of those hit, do they?
So
Hold
you're
on
trying to hit him? Then no, they will not.
Yeah. That's fine.
Alrighty.
I'm not gonna use a bonus action for anything. So that'll be my turn.
No problem, my dude. Pluzak.
I said the magic phrase.
Did he?
So-
Okay.
Enlarge.
Alright, you're popping the spell on him. Good for you. Boop. So Mace, as you move forward, you swing twice, and then suddenly, basically the reason you miss is you realize, as you were swinging at the guy, you are suddenly increasing in size and are whiffing way above his head, and you realize you said the phrase. Your friend Pluzak did as he promised. So, good positioning.
Nice move
Find a nice-
there.
Nice meaty leg to hide yourself behind.
And
Did Pluzak
Um,
tell Mace that?
Yes, that was a thing.
okay.
That he said. He basically.
I couldn't remember if he actually said it to him or if he just
Yeah.
said that his hold action was for when Mace said that.
Yeah, his trigger was when Mace said that. So.
Hmm.
and I told him right before.
Okay, yeah.
Keeping
I was
my-
just like, was this just in hopes that Mace randomly
No.
said
He
that?
he said it to him. Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Yeah,
It's
you're like I say it all the time. Why
I
don't I
know.
get enlarged?
I
Come on,
know,
why
it's
am I
not-
never big? This is bullshit.
I hear Mace say that and then get big, and then I quietly, I'm like, the soup's bad,
Mhm.
and I'm
gonna be an
looking at
argument.
myself.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I guess that's it. I'm done.
Alright, no worries.
Spent.
So it is the top orc's turns now.
I guess just let me know when this guy goes.
That is, it is. Oh no, it's not his turn right now. It is the other orcs. So you know. Okay. So this one will. 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, we're gonna be free about bushes. 25. Swinging his swingy swing. Yep, that'll hit. 7 damage, slashing, as he flanks around you, Leif, and then swings down at you with a great axe. And seeing that he has struck you past this plate of yours, he kind of guffaws and looks at his cap, and he's like,
You said he's getting tough. This guy ain't so tough. I'll just hit him hard.
and you can still see the captain's just glaring at your sword, you know, clearly still worried. But otherwise, the second one is going to try and escape the webs.
You said 17.
No, 7 damage. I
Oh,
believe.
7.
Yeah,
Okay.
4 plus 3, so yeah, it had to be 7.
My bad. I thought you said 17. I was
No,
fucking-
you're good, man. You're good.
I was doing it to it. You shouldn't have said
Um,
anything.
It actually meets you. 13 plus 3 is so 10, 15 to get to here, and then it will go 20, 25, 30 down to here. It will still. Actually, it will swing at you while it's passing by through here, Mallow, just for frame of reference. But it will still end its turn at the one below you.
Say that one more time.
You're getting swung at, that's all. Just be ready.
Okay.
Let's see. An 8 and a 3. Ooh, yeah, neither of those will hit you. So yeah. 3 on die, not total, by the way. Alright, so he ends his turn there. That's both of them. Kara, you are up.
I vault the trees and go after
Big
the one
girl
I've
is
marked.
gonna be big. Go for it.
Attack numero uno.
Yep, that'll hit. Strangely enough.
I know, it's this thing that happens every now and then where the game decides you can do things.
It is allowed.
First one's going to be a Giant's Might hit. And it's going to be 15 damage.
Did you do Hunter's Mark on that too? Yeah, okay. Just wasn't sure.
Yep. Alright. Second attack. Probably won't hit.
Okay. A 14. Yes, that actually is a hit on him.
Oh, wonderful. Then we'll planar warrior that bitch. 17.
Alrighty. Yeah, good hits. He seems very low, very bloodied. 2 big holes in his stomach, essentially, stomach and chest, but he is still standing.
Kara's looking at him. Is she at eye level or above eye level? with this?
You're about the same size as him.
You still have the option to surrender.
Does this one? So you say that what in common?
Yeah.
It actually bellows back at you, in a language I believe you speak. Which ones do you?
At this point, I speak Celestial,
Oh, you
Common,
have to
Giant,
actually.
and
Yeah, you have to
Infernal.
speak this. It bellows back to you in Giant.
We were told to move, wait, not attack until we told to attack. You attack first. Me hurty.
I see your point.
It's like holding in its guts. You say,
No, you have point.
it points at your spear.
Like he's
So
holding
I
the
do.
axe wrong. Too. Like, I don't. Has anyone noticed that?
Bad perspective, but yes, it's way better in your mind. It's backwards.
Technically, they attacked first as well.
Define that.
Physically.
On who? You guys? I guess, maybe.
Oh, you mean them two? Oh,
Yeah, I
I
don't-
thought
I
you
don't
just
know
meant
who.
in general.
Yeah, I don't know.
No.
I said my bit. I'm
You're
not
good.
going to
Just
argue
wanted
with
to
his simplistic answer of the statement. He's
That's-
technically correct.
The best kind of correct. Alright, in that case...
Actually, I hold that statement. I move a little bit back because I still have the ability to move with mobile.
Mobile. Yeah, go for it.
And I say back, but I mean up. I only use 10 feet to get to where I am. I'm gonna go 20 up straight.
Okay.
I'll write it down.
No, I got it. Thank you, though. Yeah, same concept.
20.
Like how Bolty did that.
Same concept, right? Okay. So she's actually 40 up, just in 2 different dimensions.
How 40?
20 and
It's a
20.
joke.
So that's just okay. Okay. So then, Biggie's gonna go again. So this thing is going to scream out and just, "It's a fight for our lives, boys! So you better get 'em!" And with that, you kind of see everyone get into this somewhat like a blood rage. Everyone except for the 2 that are by the crates still stuck in the web, I should say. And he is going to... I think he's just going to redouble in front of you there, Leif. Actually, no, he shouldn't move. He sees his buddy across. I didn't, but he does. And he's just going to still swing at you. Yep, he will hit you. Okay. Okay, so he will hit you. He does 21 damage as he swings down with his axe. His own eyes in a furious blood rage as well. But that is all that he can do on this turn. So he screamed and attacked once. The others now will go. So that one and that one are those 2. Okay, so this guy is going to move closer. Pluzak, the one that you were worried about, has indeed started to move up on you. He is moving kind of right next to you, but he does seem to be a little more focused on the big guy, but he's wary of both of you.
Yeah. So reaction halo spores. So
Absolutely, good call. So he has to do a
Constitution
con save, right? Yeah.
DC 16.
So let me just check this quick. Only attack rolls, okay. So con save, an 11 plus his number will not beat. You said 16, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you Halo Spores him for sure. So he's going to take, what, a
Yay.
D4, and he has some other
3 damage.
disadvantages, or
3 necrotic.
just the 3? Okay.
That's...
No, that's fine. Just wanted to make sure, because I know sometimes, like, when you enhance the spores or something, it does a little more or something like that.
It does more damage.
Yeah, just wanted to make sure I was not, okay. Yeah, so he moves up closer, and at first he's kind of paying attention to this big guy, but as he gets close to you, he just starts coughing, and he realizes that, like, you smell horrid, but he doesn't think that's what it is, but there's still something in the air that's definitely throwing him off. So what he's going to do is, let's see. And now he has to choose. I guess he knows that you smell. Mace, you're currently facing towards the captain.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he's going to swing at you, Pluzak. He's
Okay.
going to say that he's going to try and take out this other threat that's closer to him first. So, let's see what he can do. What's your total AC right now? Because you don't have the shield anymore.
17.
Okay, so he actually will meet you there. Okay. I actually thought you were still a little higher, like an 18 or 19. 11 damage total. Oh, you're going to try
gonna
and do
block
that?
that.
Okay, go for it. It increases the AC. So he's just going to...
By my proficiency, so 3.
Yeah, so no matter what, because it's a meets in that scenario, then nothing. Yeah, your wing darts out and is able to protect him here.
Cool.
Very nice. So in that instance, that guy's turn is done. His other 2 by the crates are still going to... Oh, this guy's not red dotted. He actually failed last time. They're going to try and break themselves free. So let's see what they can do. That one will. That one will not. So this one, 5, 10, 15... Actually, 20, because the first one coming out should be difficult, right? So 25, 30. He'll get to there. He's used his action. He's going to just take and put a javelin in his hand and hope that he can toss it next turn. The other guy failed his save, so he's a little bit fucked anyway. At this point, it's Biggie in front of you, Kara. So he's going to, I guess, see what he can do. So he's going to reel back with this large battle axe that he has in both hands and just try and swing down on you. I think a 23 will hit you, right?
Yeah, it would.
You're 20 total right now? Or
I'm
18.
18.
18, because you're 16 plus. Okay.
I will never exceed 18.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry. Keep thinking that it's plate, but it's chainmail. Regardless, it's going to swing down for 17 total slashing damage with this giant
All right,
battle
I
axe.
lose Hunter's Mark.
Okay. Thank you for checking. With that, that does end its turn, though. It only has the one attack.
How much did I get hit for?
17.
17. Okay.
Yeah, it's that plus 3, right? Yeah. So, Mallow.
I'm gonna hit her, or it.
Okay.
Whatever it is. Blah, 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 blah,
Check
take off
something.
advantage. I'm gonna use the chain because that gives me the distance. Oh, it didn't work. Damn it. Okay. Does a 26 hit?
The 26 will hit, but I need to check something quick. 1 second. So it's not independent. Okay, so you're good. Yeah, you can roll damage.
And
Alrighty.
I'm gonna push them into the spider webs.
That's fine. Okay. 5 feet back. Alright, let me... It doesn't matter until it starts its turn there, so...
And then that's so he's close still. I'll hit him with the karma then. 21 hit.
Yes.
One last one. Unarmed strike against the same dude. That's not gonna hit.
No, it will not.
And that's my turn.
Alrighty. Leif, you are up.
Oh yeah. Let's do this. So this guy behind me hit me. So let's put my echo there. And then we'll turn around and we'll beat the shit out of this guy. 22 for 15. 17 hit.
Okay,
This,
so 15 on the big guy. You're still swinging the big guy? Or the one in between? Okay, sorry.
The one in between
you.
me.
17 will hit, yes.
Okay. So we're gonna re-roll that. Oh, fucking 6. Who are we? That's better. 25 total.
Yeah, so you're leaving him very bloodied and close to death, but not quite there.
Let's
Hey, Ella.
we'll unleash again. Fuck it. Fuck it. We'll smack this dude one more time. 21
Yep.
for 14.
Yeah, 14 will definitely finish off a guy with 2 HP.
Hell yeah. Fuck him. I'll just bring this up here.
Okay.
That's it. I'm good there.
Alrighty.
Who comes next in turn order?
It's one of the enemies. I'm just deciding what it wants to do. He has
Gotcha.
spells, so just figure I'd give him a once over and make sure that I don't want to use any of them. Yeah, so I think he's just gonna charge out towards Mallow. And he's just gonna try and hit you with both his own spear and then the spiritual spear behind you. So that's she. Yes, he will hit you with his own spear. It's going to be 17 damage as he pierces you with his spear. And then I need to roll with his magic spear. And 18 still hits you?
Yes.
Okay. Ooh, min damage. So that's going to be a 4. So a lot on the first hit, but only 4 from the spear to your back. As that is going to be... Actually, he will rotate now up to here. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Perfect. Mace, you're up.
Hey.
Actually,
Well, I guess I'll try to peel for Bluzak.
that's fine.
Yeah, why not? I'll use bonus action Hex. Well, that's not, anyways. And I'll just attack the one that's next to Bluzak. So that's 1 and 2. I don't know if the second one hits.
The second one does, yes.
Okay, so
and
I
so
guess-
hold on. Bonus action hexed him, so it's 5 necrotic on top of that 20.
And then another Hex damage tick as well.
Okay, even better. Yeah. So you would have killed him with the first set, but good to know.
Yeah.
That's this bad boy.
And I guess, I mean, I don't know how much I add for enlarge. Because
It's a
Is
it's the
1d4.
D4. It doesn't matter. The guy's dead. So
Yeah.
any other further hits will still add the D4 for you. But yeah, it's no problem on him. He's paced.
and I'm going to move
That was for that dead guy. That was the extra 4.
up to here.
Leif's just like, because.
Because I wanted to see it happen.
Okay. so you slide
And
over.
that's going to be my turn.
Awesome. Okay. Turtle boy. What we doing, turtle boy? Turtle.
All right. All right. Um. Yeah. So this is what we're gonna do.
Gonna turn around.
Do I not have the spell here?
Maybe not on Roll20, but you do on D&D Beyond, I bet.
Yeah. Interesting. All right. I'm gonna copy this all,
Always fun.
paste this over to you. Oh no, I'm not doing that. That is not what I thought it was.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Well,
What sites
good,
have you been visiting?
good thing. Good thing I read that.
What is this? Hoofsaplenty.com? What?
Yeah. Now what do I want to do?
Now that
Damn,
I've
I was-
realized
I was-
I'm
I was-
wrong.
Big branding this whole thing, and now I'm not ready. So I guess we'll toll the dead, the flag guy.
Good choice. So I believe he has to make a save, or is that one that you roll? I forget.
No, it's
Wisdom-
I
Wisdom
roll.
save from him? Or
It is
DC
wisdom
15. Wisdom
16. It should be 16.
Save. Oh, that's right. That's right.
The moon sickle doesn't
Yes,
really.
sir. You're fine.
account for
I
this.
got you. Got you, bad boy. Wisdom save. That's a 13 plus 0.
So he would take
18.
18 points of
motherfucking
necrotic
points of
damage as I
motherfucking
actually
necrotic.
roll well.
Holy shit! Did I want
a
to
good fucking
restart my
crack.
dryer? Pluzak over
All right.
here rolling
Yeah. So
big.
Pluzak, you reach out when you cast your Toll the Dead, and he most certainly does hear the bells ringing as the color starts to kind of drain from his greenish face to a paler green. Bonus actions. Anything else?
I'm just gonna say, what or where did you get the supplies in the box?
So he would try and respond to you in common.
We gathered them from places. Ain't nobody got hurt that wasn't already hurt, or something.
Okay. It just further proves that I did the right thing. All right, Ravenous, we got it. We get you. Next person's turn.
All right. In that case, it is one of the orcs. He's going to. It's this one here. He's going to just swing at Mallow since he's got flank on him. Let's see what he can do. 18 plus die. I think that hits you anyway. So. Ooh, 15 damage. Max damage roll. As he swings down at you with a great axe, Mallow. Just barely meeting your AC. Well, actually, no.
How
that
much
was
did you
18
get?
plus
15?
15 total, yes. And then it is Kara's turn.
I descend and strike.
Okay, so we will try and delete out 20 feet
First
worth.
attack.
Yep, that'll hit.
Giant might. 15 damage.
Yep, okay. So as you pierce him the third time, that is enough to finish him off. Third time total, I'm saying, you know.
Yep.
Cumulative. Anything else? Who next? Who received the other stabby after your other 20 feet of movement?
I'm gonna see who is in range after my next 20 feet of movement.
Yeah, doo-doo-doo.
Just quick flap of the wings, and she's just next to this person. Hi. And second attack.
Go for it.
Turn off Giant's Might. Turn on Planar Warrior. And 16.
Okay. Yeah, so let's do that's 18. Okay. Yep. Good. Good job. Anything else?
That's movement, action, and bonus action.
Okie dokie. The war chief's up again.
Wait, which one's the War Chief?
Big guy with flags.
Okay.
He's gonna do a thing. He's gonna shift himself as much as he can. Try and swing his 2. So he'll hit
No, it's
Leif's echo. Leif, it's your echo up here, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so he hits that with his first swing, and then he's gonna turn around and try and hit you proper with the second one. He rolled 2 18s. God damn. On die, I mean. So that's definitely gonna hit you as well. It's 13 damage slashing as he hits you too, Leif. But that is all that he can do this turn. His orc buddies who are still around are still going to. They're gonna try. Hold on, what did I miss?
Now, I understand this question is coming late and it's not going to affect anything going on here, but while Echo Leif had been there, would this have technically been advantage?
Yes.
Okay.
It's these
Too
two.
late now.
That was my confusion. It's these two. So 5, 10, 15, 20. This one's charging at you, Mace, and he's gonna swing at you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I'm assuming not. Yeah, that's not gonna hit you. Not even fucking close. Not even in the same stratosphere. His buddy is gonna try and toss a javelin at you. Same. Jesus, neither of them can roll above a 10. Okay. Yeah, so they are screwed out of doing anything. Mallow, you're up.
Can I TP?
Yeah, absolutely. There's more than enough stuff surrounding you between giant Kara and the 2 enemies.
Okay. Can I go
floating spear.
just to here?
Or
can I go to here and
yeah,
then
the
walk
tree
there?
makes more sense, I think. But you can
Okay.
warp to the tree and walk 5.
Okay. So warp to the tree, walk 5,
Mhm.
and then attack twice.
Yep.
With advantage.
Mhm.
It doesn't matter.
Mhm.
Will that hit?
Yeah, 19 will hit.
Okay.
All right.
And that's all that I can do besides reactions. So.
Absolutely, no problem. Still good swings. Okay. Top of the turn order, Leif.
Hell yeah, let's beat the shit out of this dude. I like it. I like it. 24, 24.
Mhm.
10.
That's good. Not.
What is going on?
I don't know. My cheats aren't working.
You're also rolling a 2-handed longsword, not the greatsword.
Oh.
Just a heads up.
Yeah, I've been doing that this whole time.
It could have been more damage. So.
Yeah, been doing that this whole time. Well.
When you were using Leif Echo, I thought you were using that one. I might be wrong.
No. I've been clicking the same thing this whole time because I'm stupid.
You fuck nerd.
I'm fucking. Oh, can I?
How to play?
Oh,
How to play? Yeah.
Fuck it. Well, let's unleash again. Redemption.
It's not an echo.
That's right. I'm not. I'm gonna cry about being horrible. Fuck. Let's take an echo. 5, 10. Yeah, we can do that. I'm gonna put him back where he was here.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I would like to sheath my 2-handed longsword and unsheath my greatsword.
That's fine.
Uh,
Prep yourself.
On your shoulder.
I'm saying that out loud, so I also click
Yeah,
the right
at this
button.
point, you basically put the greatsword down on the ground next to you, and
Yeah.
then you were swinging with your longsword, and then you picked it back up to use it. No, I'm just kidding. It's fine. Flavor-wise, you were using your greatsword the entire time. It's just start rolling with the actual thing.
Oh,
All right, good enough.
yeah, I
All
guess.
right, so the magic caster goes next. As a bonus action, he's gonna move this 5, 10 feet, and he is going to swing at you.
Can I hit that? Oh, no, I guess
no,
it didn't leave.
it never really left your range.
Oh.
Yeah. So it is going to swing at Mallow, the spear, and he is going to swing at your Echo Leif. So let's see. Echo will disappear. 18 exact. That's its AC, right? Yeah.
17.
Okay, so even better. So, and then its spear is going to swing at Mallow. 16 will no longer hit you, though. So,
Nope.
Mallow is good. Mace, you are up.
Okay. Let's try to reduce the amount of targets, I guess.
Go for it.
Bonus action gonna be hexing the guy closest to Bluzak again.
Okay.
So 1. That should hit.
Yep.
2. That I don't think that hits.
Second one will not. First one most certainly will. Your hex is just a flat 5.
No. It's a D6, but I guess I just
Absolutely.
rolled, and then it's a
So 16 total. on that one.
D4 as well from the enlarge.
That would be correct. Yes. Just
Right.
enough. He had 2 HP left after the hex, so
Very
that
nice.
motherfucker gets flattened. And that's this one. Kaput. Very nice.
And I'm going to move over here.
Alrighty.
That's my turn.
Absolutely. Good turn. Pluzak, you are up.
I am.
You are.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Do these guys seem to have any sort of metal armor on either
their
the war
their
chief
weapons
or
definitely have
not?
metal blades. Let me see. Let me look through all of them quick. So the normal looking orcs don't generally seem to have they're wearing more like hide or leather armors. The war chief and the other one that's been using magic look like they have kind of metal things on them. You can't really see too far underneath like the leathers and heavy winter gear that they're wearing. But you do see for certain the spellcaster has been carrying a shield.
Okay. I'm gonna move up here,
Alrighty.
and I am going to inflict wounds at 3rd level
Inflict.
on the
Inflict wounds on you.
spellcaster.
Alrighty. Can you roll it for me? Ooh, key. 18 will most certainly hit.
It's actually a 19.
Oh, because you still have the thing, yeah. Absolutely. So,
And it's
go right ahead.
it's-
Oh boy. He's
oh,
he's got a lot to deal with, huh?
35 necrotic damage.
So, huh.
Actually, is it 35?
Yeah, it should be, right? You did the higher level cast and the base. You just had good rolls. I will tell you
Well, I would get a +1 to.
the damage as well.
Oh no, not to the damage. That's only
was gonna say.
regular attacks.
So I will tell you that you cast this, or you reach out, you touch him with inflict wounds, and at first, as the magic takes hold, he kind of glares down at you, or sorry, she actually glares down at you, and in the little bit of common that she can manage is kind of like,
You ain't nothing. You ain't gonna stop me with that. Oh shit.
and the power continues to flow through you as you kind of support it with this higher level cast. And it is actually enough necrotic damage straight up to just wither and destroy this person into a corpse.
Hell yeah.
You actually hit exactly
Gets
how much health
eaten
they
like
had
mushrooms.
left with the 35.
Oh my god.
So
That's awesome.
that's actually, I think, twice you guys done that, because Mace also, when he crushed the last guy, the 2 that he rolled was just enough to kill him. So good job. You guys are
Yeah,
doing good.
we've been planning that.
Yeah. The fucking script is running hard tonight. Okay, so anything else?
I'm gonna turn to the war chief again and say, who do we need to return these supplies to?
There ain't no one that you're returning them to, because anyone who was around them is dead now, and we don't know who the fucks it was anyway. Fuck off. Ain't giving you no satisfaction.
Spits at you.
Where is your clan so we can deliver them for you?
Deliver this asshole.
And just, middle finger.
Unfazed by middle fingers because I look at Mallow.
Yeah.
Thank you for the
I'm
resistance.
desensitized. Wonderful. Anything else you want to do, though, for sure?
No, that's
Alrighty.
it.
So with that, it is actually the orc to the left of Mace's turn. He's going to just swing life away. Actually, is it that one or the other one? No, it's that one, yeah. I think he's just going to swing life away at you. Do what he can. Oh, hey. I think that'll hit you. What's your AC? Mace?
Ready? Say again?
What's your AC?
22.
22? Okay.
Yes.
It will not hit you then. Just barely under. So he hits, against your armor-clad leg, but does not quite penetrate. And that is all he can do. Kara, you are up.
And strike numero uno.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming this spiritual weapon goes away too.
That's a
Yes, it
miss.
would have. I'm sorry. I just forgot to delete it.
Strike number 2. That's probably also a miss.
Yes, both of those are indeed misses.
Shit happens.
Yep.
Bonus action.
Bonus action, middle finger!
Nope.
It hurts.
And in this
It
case,
hurts
yeah,
so
this guy,
much.
he
Oh.
really feels it. He's like, "Why'd you do that? I didn't do nothing to you."
Bonus action. Hunter's mark him.
Which him? The orc? Or the... Okay. Just wasn't sure if you were trying to... Or boss.
Yep. And just get. No, we're actually gonna stay there. Screw it.
Doop-boo. War Chiefy boy's up again. Sees everybody falling around him. He's gonna look around and kind of just take in, who's near him. I think he's gonna probably see that you're the most beat up Mallow pretty readily. So
Asshole.
he's just gonna do what he can to try and make himself feel better.
I hate him.
For all the smack I talked to him.
So one of his 2 attacks per action will indeed hit you.
No.
Can you do
No, I refuse. Let's see. 5,
Can I do a Halo
14
Spores
total.
on him?
Is it useful anytime that someone attacks? If so, yeah, absolutely.
Well, on the start of his turn, if he's within 10 feet.
Then yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so Constitution DC 16.
Okay. And it was 14 damage on you, Mallow. Con 17 on die. Sorry. He's gonna pass.
Nice.
And that's no damage or half.
No damage.
So he kind of swings out at Mallow twice. And as he goes to swing the first time, you see him scrunch up his face as he clearly realizes, and takes in the stench on you from the first time. Causes his first swing to miss, but otherwise doesn't seem to affect him. And once he regains control over his facilities a little, he swings down a pretty fearsome blow that does indeed hit Mallow. But otherwise, that is all he can do this turn. So his last remaining orc friend, who is not actually engaged because he's still stuck in the web and has given up on leaving, is going to just continue to throw javelins where he can. Considering the cover the two giants are providing, he's just going to fucking huck one at Kara because she's the closer of the two. Let's see if he manages. 15 plus. Yeah, that's gonna hit you. Took me a second to think what I was thinking of. 5 damage as this toothpick just basically like sticks into your arm for a second and it falls out. I mean, for you, a toothpick, clearly.
Looks down.
Mallow,
choice.
it is your turn.
I guess it doesn't really matter, but I do want to ask this: am I able, because I did it without thinking about it, to use like my sickle and chain and my nunchucks interchangeably?
I mean, for the most part, you can re-equip your nunchucks. I will say that the way I tend to do it is like, if your nunchucks are out, I wouldn't say that like you're using your whip in your left hand. The whip and sickle have to be equipped during the turn for you to utilize.
Okay,
You know what
since
I mean?
since I already started with the whip and the sickle, then I'll keep using that.
Well, and I mean, in all honesty, I'm pretty free about changing weapons out. If you want to change to your nunchucks and hit with those this turn, that's fine. You just can't switch back to the sickle and chain until next turn, we'd say. It's probably the
Okay.
easiest way to play it.
Okay.
Yeah, free to
Yeah.
switch. Just I'm not gonna let you be like, I hit him with this one this turn, and then I'm gonna switch to my knife
No,
next turn, and I'm gonna,
I get
it's like, okay, that's a little too much, but pretty free. It's not too much of an issue.
Okay. And then I'm gonna beat the shit out of him with nunchucks with advantage.
Go for it.
I'm gonna full Bruce Lee this motherfucker.
Nunchaku.
21.
Go for it. Okay.
I'm gonna re-roll that one.
Okay.
Or no, I'm not.
Okay.
It's a 4. I can deal with that. 26. That'll
Mhm.
hit. I am gonna re-roll that one.
There you go.
There we go. That's better.
Absolutely.
And then I'm gonna kick him in the balls.
All right. Go for it.
How is he looking, by the way?
Very bloodied. I'll just say he's like under a third health at minimum.
I'm gonna burn a key point and flurry of blows.
Alrighty.
So that's what, 2? That's a
Yeah.
crit.
Yep, that hits for sure.
There's 11 damage.
Yes, sir.
And then another one. That's a 19.
Yeah.
Another 10 damage.
Almost dead for sure. If that crit had higher on the 2, you probably would have killed him.
Damn it. Man, I can't re-roll
Well,
that
actually,
one.
is that possible? Hold on. It's a D6. No, it wouldn't have killed him outright.
Turn.
Am
Okay.
I reading that wrong? You would have gotten up to 4 more? Yeah, no, not quite.
And any attacks against that creature until the start of my next turn
Have
are at
advantage, yep.
advantage
Yep, that's fine.
from anyone else.
Mm-hmm. And it's not really like it matters. The next one up is Leif, who has advantage anyway. So
He gon' die.
Most likely.
He'll die.
I'll
I'm
assume so.
Leif just walks away.
Yeah. All right, we taught him his lesson. Now we leave.
To be fair, you could use him as a messenger. There's clearly more than him.
It's true. I mean, yeah, we could send him back.
This is your story arc. You decide whether you want to take control of your clan or whether you just
I
want
would point
this-
out that you would have, or at least Leif would have heard this guy mention that he's not part of
Well,
Kongr's
you know.
crew no more. But still, yeah,
concept remains.
yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, no, fuck it. This guy can die. Is that me? Is that my turn?
It is your turn, yeah.
Oh,
That's
yes.
why we're all talking to you.
That's right.
We don't
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
talk
yeah.
to you otherwise.
The
Filth.
great sword. 16.
16 on him.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I gotta look. Hold on. Where did you fucking go? No, well, not quite.
Motherfucker. 18.
Yes.
11.
Yes. So he is more than dead on that point.
Hell
He had
yeah,
5,
fuck that
which is
dude.
why it took me a second to realize if the 2 would have made it. So at that point, this one dies. The last 2 kind of scream out,
No, oh God! It wasn't supposed to end this way.
but otherwise they don't seem to stop fighting per se. Anything else you want to do, Leif?
I guess we'll move down here. Or no, I take that back. I take all that back. I move here. I'm gonna move here. I didn't have it. I never took my finger off the piece. I'm gonna move here,
Okay.
and then we're gonna pop an echo out down here
Okay.
to help with all of that. Yeah.
All
It's,
right. In that case, assuming that that's the end of the turn, Mace, you are up. See if you can finish him off, and then you only got one guy left. Worried about.
Yeah. Did he never free himself, or what happened?
He never really could free himself, so he just started throwing javelins. He's got a couple left that he can still try and throw, but
Let
not
me
many.
know when I can stop.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can. There's one guy between you and him still too, so
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
yeah, it's your turn. You're good.
Yeah, you're
No,
up,
I meant.
Bryce.
Oh,
Is
I
this
didn't
guy
see your
dead?
rolls.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was completely focused on my left monitor.
Yeah.
That'd be why. All right, so let me find that fucker. So with the first one, he dies. The first guy.
Okay. So I guess
Uh,
second
thir-
hit
a
would be
13,
towards the.
yeah, 13 will not hit the second guy regardless. I would say once you are here, I
Difficult
mean,
terrain?
you're intending to go through it anyway, so I need you to do. Well, actually, so I would need you to do a Dex saving throw right now.
Okay.
I think it's the first time you enter it, right? It's
Yeah.
Dex save and then.
Oof.
Okay, so we're gonna say you stop there for the sake of the crit
All
fail
good.
on it. You are stuck in the web. So next turn, if you have something with reach, you can definitely hit him with the reach thing, or you'd have to use the action to free yourself, just like how they were all doing it, just to set the groundwork. But otherwise, that's you, Pluzak. Or actually, did you have bonus action? I should let you do that if you did.
I mean, I'll hex him for dexterity.
All right. Hit the right button and put a little thing. I'll probably forget that it's Dex, but you can always tell me.
Do I need to move my token slightly so I'm not crossed with
Nah,
Mace, or no?
it's good enough, man. It's fine. As long as you can still grab your token, I'm not that worried right now. Fight's almost over. Pluzak. What you got, Turtle Boy? Woo!
Hill
Look at
touch,
you.
23.
Breaking it out. So you're doing it on. Oh, sorry, this guy's dead. Yeah. Okay.
Last guy
so
standing.
H will hit, but it will not kill. He has not been hurt yet. But anything else? He's looking about a little under half. We're gonna cut this guy down.
That's it.
Okie doke. Just making sure.
Gonna stay there.
All his friends are dead. Kara.
I fly over to here.
I think maybe that's how I should start phrasing it anytime I'm skipping over people or in the turn order with 0 HP. All your friends are dead. Goodbye.
I'm going to fly over to here. I'm going to bonus action move Hunter's Mark since I didn't lose concentration and the previous target died.
Yeah, that's fine.
And attack number 1.
Okie dokie. That certainly is. So okay, yeah.
19 damage.
Yeah, that's more than enough.
That wasn't me waiting for you to say yes or no. That was me turning on all the damage modifiers.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So with that, that's more than enough. This guy gets pierced through his heart and keels over dead. And that is the end of Jacom Beto.
Nice.
So with that, the last thing that's going to happen, we'll say, considering the way death works
Open
in
one
this
of the
game,
crates.
the orc leader, with his kind of last breath, just glares up at you, Leif, or over at you, and he's just,
I know Kongr would never proved him my way, but I was just trying to keep my people alive, same as him. You might hold that holier than thou attitude of his, but it's gonna bite you in the ass one day, boy. Same way it did him.
and he's just going to croak.
Nice.
So with that fight over, I will give you guys experience for that. We will also just so currently is about 5 p.m. on the day. Do you guys want to continue forward in the last little bit of your stretch of your journey to the bell? I will tell you it's another like 5 miles to the bell, so you could just walk till about 10 p.m. and probably get there.
I think that's yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Might as well.
Sounds about fair. Alright,
Sure.
so in that instance, I'm just going to let you do the rest of the 5. Kara's survival roll earlier was pretty damn high anyway, and it's the same trial that you're...
What was in the boxes?
It is just food, and realistically, it's not even really much of an investigation roll. You pop it open. It's a lot of like dried old rations. In fact, a lot of them you think are most likely expired. or unlikely to be something that you would want to eat. It is dried food for the most part, so then again, you could argue, I mean, how bad could it be? But you see like bad spots on a lot of them, and it's not appetizing in any means.
When you say
guess you would
bad
say-
spots, do you mean mold?
And not quite mold. Most of them still seem edible, like I was saying, but like bruised, just shitty looking, not great.
Okay.
You would find some dried meats and stuff too, but it's the same. Like they look like they're, you could smell how salty they are. They look overly dried, not appetizing by glance or smell or anything. You would find as well just some like general metal utensils here and there, but it looks more like just a collection of stuff that they might have scavenged off of corpses to just bring back and potentially use. Little armor pieces here, knives, some silverware, just bullshit things that clearly were trinkets to bring back. But otherwise, yeah, that's about it. It is just supplies, basically.
All I needed to know.
Yeah, no problem. But yeah, so we will continue through another 5 miles. Or actually, sorry, 5 hours, I should say. So it is technically a little... fuck it, we're just going to call it even. Okay, and we will basically be ending here, but what I will do for us is make sure that I have the map set up correctly. I should. So, as you guys head towards Angajuk's Bell, let me bring us back to the map for half of a second. So yeah, you see that you're coming in kind of from it's a southeast angle, but you're mostly going to be coming towards the sea of moving ice from the south, right? So that's just a frame of reference as you guys find yourself coming in here. So your characters, you'd place on the southmost section. As you can see, the ice down there, the snow down there kind of denotes where the land ends before the ice begins. You look out over this kind of general area. That seems, it's not really taken care of, but there's very clearly people who have lived here in the past. There's a dock with a boat. This little dark section over here is like a hut. It looks well taken care of enough that there's no holes in the roof. It looks like you could stay there if you needed a place out of the wind. There's this big hole in the ice, up to the north. That looks sizable enough that, you've heard of a whale. Whale could probably fit through that. And on a dock, slightly to the west of that hole, is a bell. So you would believe, at Angajuk's Bell. So with that, this is where you guys will be coming in at the beginning of next session, and we'll be figuring out, what we're gonna do here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I will say, the group is gonna probably have to long rest before we instigate that. If
Yeah.
you want, we can just do that now. If it's something you guys want to talk about, as party members to each other, as you just kind of like settle down in the area and.
I mean, we're arriving late, aren't we?
Yeah, that's what I mean. So it's another plus 5 hours from 5 p.m. So it's about 10 p.m. So it's just as you're settling down, just to have a long rest. If you guys want to RP at all, feel free. Otherwise, we can just call the night here. It's not a problem one way or another. Just didn't want to cut it too short if you had anything you were looking to do.
I mean, I think the consensus is to, take a long rest.
Yep, long rest works for me.
Absolutely. So it's about 10 p.m. day
How much
37.
XP did you say we got from this?
I still haven't switched
He
over the
didn't yet.
window. I will tell you in just a
Okay.
sec. I'm doing my timetables first, just to keep
No
track
worries.
of that. Plus 8 LR. So 12, 6 a.m. Okay, congratulations, guys. 2 more days have passed. It is now 6 a.m. day 38. Once you guys, wake up from your long rest. With that, let me go over to the experience for y'all. Load, you fuck.
No.
So that was 470, but I'm gonna say, just because the group in general has been doing some good RP stuff, Blake, especially, you know, you really stepped forward as a focal point of RP tonight. So everybody, let's just do it around 500. 500
Ooh.
experience each.
Hell yeah.
Fred, that puts you pretty close as well, right? You should be almost
Yes.
there, if not over.
Almost.
Yeah, okay. I will tell you, you know, stuff is probably going to happen here at Angajuk's that will be a little more experience. Not necessarily that it's an encounter, just depending on if you RP with the whale and stuff. We'll see how much,
Right.
see if it's enough, so.
I mean, he speaks whale.
Maybe.
He just speaks slow. It's not the same.
Yeah. Technically, the one who spoke
Aw.
whale was Ravenous, if you guys want to go try
Yeah.
and find him again.
Oh yeah.
He could speak to fish, if I remember correctly.
We're already here, man.
I'm just imagining when the fucking in God of War when you're talking to Norman Gander, and it's just like
Yeah.
Where it's talking to you like it has a stroke.
yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna bounce then.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for hanging.
Good
Have
night.
a good
Thanks for
night.
the session. It was great fun. I'll see you guys later.
We'll catch you during the week.